You're watching Panther football live from Eagle Stadium in Salado, Texas, where tonight the Navarro Panthers take on the Salado Eagles in a huge district matchup. Stay tuned for the Navarro Panther football pregame show coming up next. You're watching Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network. From Salado High School in Salado, Texas, this is Navarro Panther football, brought to you all along the Navarro Panther Network. Hello, everybody. I'm Clay Scarborough, joined here by Hank Dietert.
Woo!
Lance Blackburn is away. Sarah Casey is holding. There we go. Hank
one
is
more.
here. Hang on. There we go. He is here in full force tonight, which is what we need against Salado. Sarah Casey is holding down the broadcast booth with our students on the cameras and running the controls this evening. Tonight, we're bringing you the second district game of the year for the Panthers against the Salado Eagles. Navarro enters tonight's game with an 0-1 district record and a 1-4 overall record. Last week in Navarro's district opener at home, Navarro fell to Wimberley by a 47-21 score. Navarro's last win of the year came in their opener against Floresville with a 35-14 win. More on them and their schedule in just a couple of minutes. Salado comes in tonight with a 2-3 overall record and an 0-1 district record. Last week, Salado lost to Lago Vista by a 34-24 score, meaning both teams come into tonight's game looking for their first district win. If you're looking for a comparison to gauge Salado by, Navarro and Salado so far have not played any similar opponents, but Lampasas has something in common with Wimberley. Wimberley played Lampasas, who also played Salado. Lampasas defeated Wimberley 35-27, and Lampasas also defeated Salado 49-30. So, Mr. Dietert, I don't know what all you glean from that, but it's something to maybe hang our hat on here to get a comparison.
Right, and one thing I always say, though, matchups is what really makes the game, because some teams match up well with other teams and some teams just don't. And so the scores that you point out doesn't always mean that it'll factor out exactly, where we could do a math equation and say, okay, well, if they beat them by, 7 points, and then we beat, one or did something a little different, and we on a common opponent, we can't just take that and go, oh, wow, look, this is what's going to happen in this game. So
that sounds like we're doing the AP rankings back in the 1940s if we do that.
Right? Exactly.
So it's 85 degrees here in Salado, Texas. We have a northeast wind about 8 miles per hour coming in right now. So it's going to be even more pleasant out here this evening. And I say out here, this is an older stadium here in Salado.
Right.
It is not a high stands, a very long stands here for everyone to be in. We are out in the open except for our broadcast crew. Unless they're on the cameras, they are down in the booth right now. The Salado Eagle is flying high out in the end zone. The Navarro Panther on our right is set up for the boys to enter here in about 15 to 20 minutes. So next up is our matchup of teams. So, Mr. Hank, you want to start with Navarro?
Yeah, with Navarro, I think the thing that we have to look at is consistency on offense, that they started out really well in that third quarter against Wimberley, and we want to keep that kind of momentum going, because what you see is, with the Panthers offense, when they go back to some of the bread and butter plays and they start moving people off of the line of scrimmage and they get the big pounding back like Cohen Blunt, we're going to see them do some things, I think, tonight that is going to be back to old Panther-style football that we're used to, is pound the ball, but you mix in a little pass here and there, and nothing fancy. We're just going to go down the field. That's what you're going to see.
We're going to line up and run the football down your throat.
That's right.
What else on Navarro, Hank?
And Navarro's defense is going to have to really do a lot of containment tonight with the quarterbacks and running backs that they have. Wide receivers, I'm not as, they can pass the ball well, Salado can, but I think the pass defense for the Panthers is going to be, how well do we rush that, quarterback? How well do we contain the quarterback tonight? And that quarterback is going to be, one of those things, but that we have to really contain, just like we did Stover. We couldn't quite contain him at times, and he was able to get out and about, scramble, and make plays, and that's what we're going to have to defend against tonight for the Panthers. But That's what we're looking at.
And more on Salado in just a second. You have Navarro bios.
Yeah, I do have some things here that I can show you that, what we're looking at when I talk about, the Panthers offense. We'll have overlay number 2. And so from the broadcast, so we have that one up. But you'll see that as well once I get the. This is the one person that I think can make the difference if we bring this up as well. Is Peyton Helford. Peyton Helford, we talk about him a lot. He's having, overall with the rush, he's got at 299 yards just rushing the ball as a quarterback for the Panthers. I know that his completion is not great, but at 247 yards for a Panther quarterback is pretty darn
yes,
good
it is.
in the slot T. So that's what we see for Helford. And Blunt, we see him as the pounder, and you'll see him. He runs. He's at right now 510 yards. He averages 5.4 yards a carry, and such. So he's all the way, down the field with a touchdown on a 34-yard touchdown was one of his, but he's got 42 yards in pass reception as a fullback. So
not only can he run it, he can catch it.
Yeah, he can run it. He can catch it. That's right. So that's what you see with the Panthers. And every once in a while, you can toss in the tailback Trotty, and Trotty comes in there. I mean, he was the player of the game in the first week against Forestville.
Yes.
Had a 92-yard run.
Yes.
And we haven't been able to see that burst yet, and we're hoping to see that tonight. At 229 yards and 5.5 yards a carry is still pretty good for a running back.
Very good for both of them.
Right. And so if we can capitalize on it, I think that's what Coach Blunt is looking at. It's like we're doing just fine if we keep running the ball and being consistent and making those third downs. I think we'll be fine.
Well, we're not there yet, but
right.
It sounds like you stole one of my keys to the game.
I'm sorry, but we'll talk about that later. But on the defensive side, I think this is one player that's going to make a big difference in the game if he can continue doing it. Even though we show his offensive stats, Galini on that, it's like a modified defensive end outside linebacker that he plays. He could come up to the line and do that, but we'd like to see him, be able to make a good, solid pass rush and make a difference in the backfield against Salado Eagles tonight. So we're hoping we can see him go after, number 8, Hosfeld, and get Hosfeld in a position where he's not comfortable at all. But I tell you what, they can put up some points.
Anytime you can pressure that quarterback, you're going to make it harder and harder for them to put the points at the rate they want to.
Right. And the other guys down in the trenches are going to have to stop the run. One of them is Pugh. And he's a returning starter, an offensive starter, but he's back on defense too, and he got to play a lot of defense last year, and he's down in the trenches. And so the other one also, that we see down in the trenches is Harvey, and we need to see Harvey come up big on some big defensive stops and stopping the run. And those guys are the ones that's going to start it off.
You mentioned Galini and Pugh. They're your ends. The more they can pinch in that offensive line, make a big difference there.
Yeah, and that's always the case, And then in the backfield, in the defensive backfield, you got to like Colorado Kenway. He does have an interception, and we're hoping that we can with Colorado Kenway. We can make another interception tonight, or 2, or 3, or however
Four,
we can
5,
count.
whatever we get here.
I can count up to 10 on my fingers, so I'm good. But that's. It all starts up front, though. We got to put pressure on Hosfeld, and if we don't put that pressure on Hosfeld, we're in trouble.
Okay, let's turn over to Salado here. Let's point out some key players for you. You'll hear these names and numbers this evening. Their quarterback, number 8, Lincoln Hosfeld. He's a bigger physical quarterback. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's able to move the ball around. And Hank, you mentioned that just a second ago. We're talking about their wide receivers here in just a second. The running back, number 5, Luke Bingham. He's a smaller back, but he's quick, great footwork. They'll use him as a wide receiver as well, so expect to see him in the slot or coming out of the backfield often as a safety net for Hosfeld. Their key wide receivers are number 12, Corbin Korniak. He's a tall receiver. He's probably going to be your possession receiver, number 12. Number 84, Brady Herber. He is also tight end, so he's a big physical guy. They'll use him as a blocker. They'll also hide him in the line as that tight end, and he'll come out often on routes for the ball. Number 18, Gabriel Merriman, tall physical receiver, is on the edge and will run the longer route, so he will stretch the field this evening. and wide receiver number 2, Gabe Hughes, a fast wide receiver. They want to get him the ball. It's very important to understand where he is on the field because this is another guy that can stretch the field for Salado. So you're looking at 4 and 5 really pretty good on the field skill people there for Hossfield.
Yeah, and I mean, they can put up some points. I mean, even if you look at the points they put up against, Lampasas. I mean, that that's nothing to shake a stick at. But look what they did, to Giddings as well. Putting up, what was that, 55 points?
55 points against Giddings, 67 against Little River Academy.
Right, and then 30 points even against a good Lampasas team. It is probably, a little bit scary when you think about it. But I don't think, that the Panthers are that, in that bit of a difficult situation on offense, but they might be a little bit on defense. So this game's going to be all about getting stops and when they get the ball, who's going to take advantage of it.
I don't think we can stress enough in the pregame show and throughout the game, one of these teams need to get a district win tonight. And obviously one of these teams will get a district win tonight, but how they're going to set up their district run is really huge this evening, getting that win. If my math calculations are correct, Hank, chime in here, depending on your math degrees you got. You're going to probably need 3 wins to make playoffs.
Yeah, you're going to need 3 wins. And, it starts tonight. Everybody's going to be chasing Wimberley, I think. Wimberley's going to be the cream of the crop in this district, but it doesn't mean they can't go down if we meet them again in the playoffs. So,
exactly. Well, and that's happened to us a lot. We'll play well, beat a team.
That's right.
The team that knocked us out last year. The playoffs.
Sinton. I mean,
we beat.
But years past, we beat Wimberley in the district play,
and then lose in the playoffs.
And lose the playoffs to them. And so we've seen that. But Sinton, I think, is also in this region is one of the teams to beat this year, and they're going to be pretty hard to beat. I mean, Wimberley, Lago Vista, us.
Yes.
We'll have a tough time in the playoffs this year. Any team will.
That's
now,
right.
I don't care what team is going into the playoffs. In Region 4, it's going to be
a rich region, absolutely. Let's talk about a couple of defensive players for Salado. Let's start in the front on the defensive line, number 32, Brody Landon. He's a senior, 5'10", 200 pounds, strong athlete. He'll play a 2 technique. Watch for him right in the middle. Across from him is number 44, Christian Norcross. Has 5 tackles on the year so far. The second leading tackler was Landon, we just mentioned. He has 27 on the year. At linebacker, number 17, Cade Finalgo. He is expected to play the middle linebacker. He has 22 tackles so far. He's a 6'1", 185-pound junior there sitting in the middle. To his left is number 28, Damian Foster, 6 foot, 175-pound linebacker. Plays also on the end sometimes. He has 10 tackles on this season. Let's highlight one more linebacker here real quick, and that's Devontae Foster. He is the 3rd linebacker. He has 40 tacklers on the year so far, so he's the one that will be doing a lot of the mop-up work for Salado on defense tonight. And real quickly, number 15, Mason Olson. He is a 5'10", 160-pound defensive back. He will play free safety and strong safety. A little bit smaller, but breaks on the ball well, has 8 tackles. And it's worth noting, Hank, the other free safety defensive back that's back there is number 20, Brody Schiffler. He's a freshman. So if I'm looking at who I'm going to target, let's make the freshman make a play.
Yeah, I mean, if I see him one-on-one with somebody, I'm going to try to get a little bit behind him. If we can get somebody like Galini or Brown and get them behind the defense, there's a good shot that they could out-muscle the freshman to the ball, even if it's a jump ball. So, we'll look for that as well. Then go ahead.
Yeah, I do think we have a little bit of a, not necessarily advantage, but it's pretty even with our wide receivers and our guys out of the backfield that will catch the ball against the sizes of their free safety and the defensive backs. Now, linebackers, looks like they've got a little hot edge on that. So it's Scott Kibbe time.
Yeah, it's Scott Kibbe time. We'll get his headset on over here.
Scott Kibbe, and
he had really far to go. He probably went a whole 2 steps. So let me get his volume up here. And
we'll while you do that, Mr. Kibbe, I want to start with a question real quick. This is my 5th year at Navarro. There's a rich history here no matter what, but every time we go somewhere, there's some sort of story or something, whether it's Wimberley or Lago Vista, Cuero, whatever. I haven't heard much about Salado. What's our history with Salado?
We have none. We have never played them in the entire first time ever.
And now they're in our district.
We've played them in other sports. I know in baseball, in playoffs a few years ago. They have a good baseball program here, but it's the first time. So
all right, so we'll go in our fun facts for
all
you.
right. Tonight we're going to talk geography, and it fits with this what we were talking about playing Salado for the first time. This is it's of course first time up here, first time in Bell County. This is the farthest north that the Navarro Panthers have ever played.
So,
wow!
Checked it, and rechecked it. And it is
you're telling me next week is a short, or 2 weeks? It's 4 weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a shorter drive to Lago Vista.
Yes.
Okay. Very good.
So our farthest before would have been either Jarrow or Hutto
or Florence.
Florence, that's right.
Yeah. They're going back to the 90s with that.
Woo,
but
wow. Just short of Bell County, though. They're just short of Bell County, right?
Yes, they're still Williamson, same as Gerald, still Williamson. So,
wow.
I was surprised by that, too. I didn't realize. And we know we can kind of finish the circle, complete the circle here. The farthest east we played is Houston, both the semifinal game and the game against Houston Christian a few years ago. I'm not sure which is which. And then farthest south, Corpus Christi or San Diego. They're about pretty even.
Okay. Yeah,
and
that's San Diego. That was a far one.
Yeah, that was. And then farthest west that I can figure is Asherton.
Okay.
From 1994, a school that no longer exists. I made the trip down to that game in heavy rain.
Wow. Well, Scott, thanks again. How can people find you?
SeguinGazette.com. We'll have articles out after this game and Wednesday for a game preview.
So real quick, Scott, before you get out of here, Hank was mentioning some of our key players earlier. Cohen Blunt with over 500 yards of rushing so far this year. So what's the over/under? Can we get 1,100 yards? Can we get 1,200? Or are we just going to be about 1,000?
Considering if he stays healthy, considering the defenses that we're playing that are not like that's one thing Coach Blunt I talked about last week after the game said we're not going to see defenses like this again as we had the last 3 weeks. But I would think a very good shot at going well over 1,000.
Awesome.
But we need some help. We need some others getting their numbers up as well.
Well, absolutely.
So.
All right, Scott, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it.
We'll see you again at halftime.
All right, you know where to find me.
All right, well, we got the next.
Well, let's pull up that pre-recorded interview with Coach Blunt.
Yeah, I'll have to warn you, the audio's not the greatest, but hey, we got them on film.
You got it on film?
Well, not film. I'm sorry, digital, whatever.
Digital audio. Okay, we'll take that. All right. You recorded this last night with him, correct?
That's correct. So. This is Hank Dieter down on the field with Coach Rod Blunt, the head coach of your Navarro Panthers. And tonight, the Navarro Panthers take on the Salado Eagles. And Coach, good luck to you, and I wish you the best in this game. But I wanted to say also that I have seen improvements on the team, and I really like to see the offense stay consistent. And I'm going to just flush that Wimberley game. And so what I'd like to hear from you is what you got planned for the Salado or Salado. I'm always confused on that, but it's one of those things. It's like Navarro, right?
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Okay, Coach. So what is your? Let's talk about offense first.
Okay. We're focused on us improving every single day, getting better at what we do. The kids have had great attitude and been fighting. It's a new season tonight, and they're coming out here, and we're gonna go out and run our stuff and make some minor tweaks. But I think we made a little mistake of trying to do a little bit too much. I did last week, trying to find a way to win. But we're going back to what we do and running the ball, and then so we can have some play action every once in a while.
Yeah, Coach, because I saw late in that game, in that Wimberley game, that's what I was getting at as far as seeing some of the offense really come to fruition that we're used to seeing. And so, and I've got to say, the quarterback, Helfer, for the Panthers, has done a really good job at the helm being a sophomore. Do you have any comments on Mr. Helfer?
He's been awesome. He's grown up a ton since the season started. He's a heck of an athlete, a great player, a great competitor, and we're excited to see him. What he's going to do the rest of this year, but the rest of his high school career, because there's no tap on what he can do for us.
Well, Coach, now on the defensive side of things, that we have to look at what Salado will do. And, they've got a big, strong quarterback back there that is a punisher when he runs the ball. He's not a small kid. So, what do you have in store for the Salado Eagles?
we got to get on him before he gets started. When he starts moving, for a big guy, he sure can make you miss. He's got some jukes and some turns that guys just have a hard time bringing him down. And so we got to get on him before he gets started. But the back half has to stay disciplined and stay on their guys because he can sling the ball around the field as well.
All right, Coach, your special teams. We know you have a good kicker. You haven't had the ability to use him just yet in close games. We know that Carlos Soto can make those kicks when you really need them. But just besides that, I know placement of the ball is very key in kickoffs and such. And so what have y'all been doing to emphasize on the kicking game?
We got to do a better job of getting the ball down the field and do a great job of kicking it, mixing it up a little bit with some kickers, and hadn't been getting great results, either kicking it out of bounds too shallow and giving them great field position. We got to get it deeper and make their offense drive.
All right, Coach. Now, looking at the keys to victory for you against the Salado Eagles. So, what are your keys in this game?
We got to control both the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. We can't give the running back alleys. We can't give the quarterback alleys to run. We got to build a wall there with the defensive line, and our offensive line has got to give us a surge. Let our backs get a chance to get downhill.
All right, Coach, thank you for that. And again, good luck against the Salado Eagles.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Salado Stadium, here, Eagle Stadium, I guess you could call it. Here in Salado, Texas, at the site of Salado High School. Clay Scarborough, Hank Dieter, Sarah Casey in the broadcast booth along with our students. Game 2 of district play for the Panthers about to get underway. We are 7 minutes and 55 seconds from kickoff. We are kind of waiting the national anthem and the teams to enter, and we will talk about all that here shortly. Let's recap last week in our district play. Gerald and Wimberley and Lago Vista all sit with 1 win and no losses. Gerald has 4 wins and 1 loss for the entire year. Of course, what really matters is the district record. Gerald beat Smithville last week 35-14 and will take on Lago Vista tonight. So interesting matchup between the teams that are 1-0 at the top of the district. Wimberley with their 1-0 record. They of course played Navarro last week. They have a bye this week. Salado, of course, plays Navarro. They're 1-0. They have a 2-3 record. Smithville 0-1, have an 0-5 record. They are at Gonzales tonight. Gonzales did not play last week. They had a bye. So we'll see kind of what we expect to maybe be the bottom of the district and what happens in Gonzales this evening. Of course, we have the ticker going on, so we'll keep you updated on district scores.
Yeah, and that'll be done by students of the Navarro Broadcast Club. And you'll also see at the bottom right, you'll also see the QR code that you can donate through PayPal at any time.
All right, real quick, let's go over Salado and how they got to this point tonight. They lost their opener to Troy 52-28. They lost to Lampasas 49-30 in game 2. And then they go on a two-game winning streak. Giddings with their 55-14 score, they win that game. Then they played Little River Academy, won 67-39. And we mentioned this a second ago. They lost to Lago Vista 34-24 last week.
Yep.
Here come our Panthers.
Yep. They're coming on the field and get the sideline cam going right now.
That's right. Look at that.
Yeah.
I wonder who's running that camera down there.
I don't know. Some kid named Kyle Dieter. My goodness. Yeah.
The Eagles have entered the field. The Panthers are about to do the same. If we could get a shot of the Panthers as they are about to come out of their air-blown tunnel. The Salado Eagles have entered with their powered-up wings. In the south end zone, the Panthers will enter through the north end zone.
Yeah, we're trying out a little different stream too. So if we do, we have to switch over real quick to something else. But we are trying some different things here and letting the students get acclimated to it as well. So we're having a lot of fun tonight.
Well, and as you mentioned that, we've had students from the broadcast club go on and do real jobs.
Right,
real jobs,
exactly.
Paid jobs to go run cameras and real big events. Here come your Panthers onto the field here at Eagle Stadium. Navarro Panthers won the first game of the year 35-14 over Floresville. Then lost to Antonio Prep 35-14. Lost to Canyon Lake 21-7. Lost to Lavernia 38-21. And last week, as we mentioned, lost to Wimberley 47-21.
All right.
Keys to the game.
Yeah, real quick. Keys of the game. I'll let you go ahead and say yours real quick. As they come up.
Let's see what I said there. There we go. All right. Right. Don't turn the ball over. This is a huge district game, and I say that because each of these teams need to win.
Right.
So the best way to do that is control the football. Don't give extra possessions to an offense, you said, Hank.
Right.
That can score seemingly fairly easily.
Right.
Convert third downs. Keep the ball. We saw a time at Lavernia where that was very important. We're going to step away here for the national anthem here at Eagle Stadium. All right, let's close out the keys of the game here. That third key is control the clock. You mentioned, again, this very good offense that Salado has. The best way to do is keep them off the field. All right, Hank, your keys to victory.
Hey, I say have a defensive mentality on offense. Go after him. Get after it. Put pressure on the quarterback in passing situations, and don't get behind the chains. And that's always the case, but do not get behind the chains tonight. Mix it up a little bit, but, mix it up a little bit too on offense, but don't get fancy. Here's my other one.
We have our captains on the field for the Navarro Panthers. Number 22, Braddock Galini. Number 52, Cade Pugh. Number 55, Willie Craig Hyman. At number 8 is Cohen Blunt there, left to right for your Panthers. We'll wait the coin toss in the middle of the field.
Number 7, Micah Rettelsheimer. And number 8, Lincoln Hosfeld.
The vintage Navarro hoorah as the Panthers now face the south end zone. Salado will receive the opening kickoff. They will move from the south to the north. The Panthers will go from the north to the south in the first quarter. All right, we've heard us say it a couple of times, but both teams are winless in district so far, and a win tonight goes a long way to playoff hopes for both of these teams this evening.
Yeah, and I think that, that's, you got to do it one play at a time. I know that sounds cliche-ish, but you really got to play every play and be, and be aggressive. And I always talked about controlled aggression. I even actually heard another announcer say that, because I thought I was the only guy that said it. I didn't pay attention to it, but it is controlled aggression. What I mean by that, you got to be aggressive, but be smart.
Right, be intentional with it. No, Hank, I heard that a few times from my coaches too, the good ones in high school and college.
Right.
Navarro getting set to kick off. Number 2, Brendan Wilson, is back for Salado. Stepping back from the ball is number 32, Colt Brown. And we are underway from Salado, Texas, in the 2nd district match for the Panthers. That was taken by Hughes. Hughes gets out to around the 30-yard line where the Eagles will start 1st and 10. A little short of the 30, looks like about the 28, 29-yard line.
Yeah, Villanueva takes and makes a good tackle on that. He gets down enough to where he makes that, a good stop. So here's the starting offense coming out on the field, and we also have it on the screen for Salado.
From the 28, Hossfield back as quarterback. Sets back to pass. Looks left, looks right, plenty of time. And complete out to Nolski, the tight end linebacker, with a big play to open the game. About 25-yard game for the Eagles.
Yeah, we know that's going to be the issue, is being able to put pressure on the quarterback. Here's your starting defense for the Panthers.
Nice shots of those guys right there. See them in their uniform, see them walk the halls.
Yeah. Yeah, Colt Brown, only one I don't have the actual photo on, and we'll work on getting that for you.
A quick conversation between the back judge and the referee and the coach of the Eagles. The Eagles will have 1st and 10 from the Panther 48.
Play clock is not working at this time. Play clock
So what it is, the play clock is not working very well right now. So we'll have, hey, just like this stadium, we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, Hank.
Right. And our clock's going in and out because they have a different style of scoreboard. We're used to a different one for our optical character recognition now. I know it sounds technical. Most people don't care about it. But it is with the broadcast crew.
And broadcast booth, let me know if I get in the way of that shot. I'll be glad to get out of the way if I need to. So the game clock is now going to get back underway as the referee has wheeled his arm around. And we got some little shifting going on from the Salado lineman. And that's going to be legal procedure. Yeah, too many guys moving and moving the wrong direction. Moving the wrong direction is number 42.
Yeah, when you move forward, and you don't, and you're not a back, you can shift. But once you put your hand down for a lineman, that's it.
That's it. You're done.
Yep. So I think that was the case. Oh, they're going to wave it. I thought he had his hand down.
I did too. All right. So 1st and 10 still for the Eagles. In motion is Bingham. And Bingham has the ball. Comes left off tackle. And we'll pick up about 7 yards on that carry to about the 41-yard line. 2nd and about 4. A long 3. Long 4, short 3.
Right. And
number 22, Jackson Kirk. He's the running back right now. We talked about another one in the pregame. Hossfield to pass. Has time. Steps up. Throws down the middle. And it's tipped and knocked away. Number 32, Colt Brown is there to knock it away. And that was into double coverage, if you will, from Hossfield.
Yeah, and just a good read on the ball. That's what you call a center fielder. I know that, Colt Brown plays baseball.
He's a catcher.
Yeah, he's a catcher, but, he played it like a center fielder, and he was able to make the right break at the right time. I thought it was going to be an interception for a second, but it was a little high for him.
Definitely had a shot at a turnover there.
Yep. Good job by the defense.
3rd and 3. Panthers with a chance to get a stop. Hossfield back to pass. The right-hander throws. It's complete out in the flat. It's a 1st down and more. As Turk with the carry gets it down inside just to the 30-yard line. And out of the backfield, the Eagles continue the drive.
Yeah, tackles. You got to tackle. And that's what Lance had brought that up. Lance is not here tonight. He's out of the state right now, I believe.
Well, I want to thank Lance,
did
by the
work.
way.
Yeah,
he did our scouting reports.
He did. He got us all the information we needed. So thanks, Lance.
1st and 10 Eagles now with 2 in the backfield. Ball's on the ground. Hossfeld will pick it up.
Oh, it's still on the ground.
Looks like we may have gotten it. Coach Blunt
Let's
has
see.
the arm up to the
Yep.
left.
Now, let's see if we got
Let's
that on.
see. Let's get an official. There we go. The referee has given the ball to the Panthers, and the Panthers will take over. There's your first turnover of the night.
Yep. Yeah, and listen, I don't know if we have a replay on that.
36-yard line, first and 10.
We can go to now and then. Oh,
So there's your first gift of the evening from the 36-yard line. The Panthers will take over on their own 36-yard line. Brighton Camp will bring in the first play of the game for the Panthers. And it's Cohen Blunt. Almost gets past the line of scrimmage without being touched. Gets out to the 41-yard line.
yep.
Picks up about 6 on the carry.
That's just a little old power play. You're going off to that right side of that offensive line. You're going really almost right through the tackle when you do that. And it's a nice little play that the Panthers can do. If they can power this game, power up front, they're bigger than the guys on the other side.
Coming left off guard for about a 1-yard gain on the Panthers here. I believe number 37, Mason Harvey, with the ball that time. Panthers will face their first third down of the evening. Third down and officially 4 coming up. You mentioned Helford has almost 300 yards passing so far this year, Hank. So you wonder what Coach Blunt's going to dial up here, or if he's thinking, I'm going to get 3 yards in 2 plays.
Right.
Cohen Blunt, Mason in the backfield. This is Blunt. He will come off right guard and is really close to the first down. The line judge,
I think
has it, and he's waving down the marker.
Yeah.
First down Panthers at the 47-yard line. Bringing in the next play is Ryan Jensen. Helford under center, 3 backs this time. In motion's Trotty. Trotty has it off tackle, breaks 1 tackle, and gets hit about 2 yards downfield. They may have only gotten 1 on that, so second and about 9 coming in for the Panthers.
Trotty, the ball carrier, short gain on the play, wrapped up by Ethan Robledo, number 23.
On the first drive, Salado gets 2 first downs and then fumbles the football. Panthers on their first drive of the night.
Yeah, and it was just from it was supposed to be a shotgun snap, and that ball just bobbles back to the quarterback, which Hossfeld can never get the handle on that one.
Trotty, Harvey, and Blunt in the backfield. Helford will keep. He comes off right guard. Gets to the 49-yard line of Salado with the Stanford-looking S in the middle of the field. Third and about 6 or 7 coming up for the Panthers.
Okay. Well, if the Panthers now, third down now, that you just get on their side of the field, and the way this game is, and I'm going to say the way that this game is that if you have the ball, you need to score. And that's going to be the bottom line.
Stops will be key here. It's a handoff to Harvey. He comes left. He breaks 1 tackle and gets real close to the first down marker. He looks to be just maybe a yard and a half, half a yard short. Oh, they mark it. They got it. We'll take the spot.
That's right.
There's the Yeehaw first down from the 43-yard line, Panthers, into Salado territory. And I like this drive, Hank, for lots of reasons. That clock is running.
Yeah.
Now, this is an older-looking field. I feel like I'm in a Disney movie with the 1960s and the pom-poms and everything. And now we're playing Smash Mouth football.
And we're like close up too. We're not far away.
This is Blunt, and we have a flag.
Yeah,
and it looked like a Panther jumped off. It started a little early.
Yeah.
Ball starts against Navarro. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
First example of the night of what you're talking about, Mr. Hank, about don't get behind the chains.
Right. We'll see where we had. Oh, a little movement on the left side there, but good replay, actually. Very good.
But, yeah, I didn't see it on the initial play.
Yeah, I think, I always hate singling anybody out. So it was just on the left side. Let's put it that way.
First and 15 now for the Panthers. In motion is Trotty. Helfer rolls out. The left-hander thrower. It's knocked in the air, and it is to the ground, fortunately.
Oh, thank God.
Lots of Eagles were around that. No one was able to put their talons on that one. And it'll be 2nd down and 15.
Yeah. Cheerleaders, you can hear them. At least I hear them clearly through the crowd mic. They're doing a great job out here.
I can reach out and grab one of the pom-poms.
Hey, we're that close. We're only like 10 rows on this thing, you know. But they are working. They have passed a nice big bond, and they're getting, you know, the whole new high school, the stadium, and everything too. But this field, it really needs it, believe me.
In motion, Trotty. It's a toss to Trotty coming around. He's got some room to run. He has Mason Harvey in front and inside the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds and around the 32 is Dylan Trotty. Man, there was a lot of room there. So on this replay, if you watch this here,
and
I want you to watch 37 Harvey on the edge there.
And he comes in and then he seals it right there, gets in the way of 13. That's all you need to get that extra 5 to 10 yards. But hey, everybody was thinking Blunt was getting the ball, and that was the part of the deception that the Panthers did there.
And speaking of Harvey, he has the ball again and will run for about 3 or 4 yards. So 2nd down now for the Panthers.
And the time is actually 5:35 remaining, so point that out a little bit on the difference on the score, I mean on the scoreboard and what we have here.
But we'll make sure we mention that clock a lot for you at home. Bringing in the play for the Panthers, number 26, Ryan Jinich. 2nd and 7 officially for the Panthers. And snap the ball, guys. There you go.
Yeah, but I mean, he's unabated to the
well,
quarterback.
Absolutely,
so you can see that there. So
trying to pull the Aaron Rodgers and get the free play, but he came.
You look at it right here as he comes all the way up and in. And I was like, if that's not unabated, I don't know what is.
That would be a textbook definition.
Yeah. Exactly.
So with the 5 yards, it will be 2nd down and about 2 for the Panthers. I like our odds here on a run. In motion, Trotty. Blunt gets it, hit about at the line of scrimmage, and is able to push forward maybe for half a yard. 3rd down coming up.
And you can see what the defense of Salado is doing. They said, well, we'll let everybody else beat it. We're not going to let Blunt beat us. You know, if you watch, they're still keyed on it. And that's why the Trotty play was so successful when we got them to the outside and got about a 20-something-yard run.
That's the beautiful thing about the slot T, Hank. And they can key on one player, but 3 or 4 people are going to carry the ball.
That's right. And that's why you got a stable of backs that you always use. And we see Carlisle in there as center now, back at center.
3rd and 2. Here comes Harvey. He's close to the 1st down, if not a little bit more.
Now, what I was talking about, you know, have that aggression on offense, have that defensive mentality. I'd like to see a little bit more of the defensive mentality that Harvey has on when he's on defense on a defensive line when he's running the ball.
Yes.
I mean, he has the ability to go down the field at least 4 or 5 yards every single time.
You can hit a guy just as hard on offense as you can on defense. 1st down, Panthers. We are under the 4-minute mark here in Salado in the 1st quarter. Panthers took over on a turnover in their own territory and now are deep inside Salado territory. 1st and 10. That's a handoff up the middle. Blunt, he'll get 3 or 4. He's still turning, and now knocked down. And it looked like he was still turning there at the end. Forward progress was stopped, thus the whistles.
Yeah, that's a bit of a scrum that you see.
2nd and about 8 for the Panthers. And I think we're definitely in 4-down territory here. What a huge thing if you can get that first lead here. Passing 3:20 left in the 1st quarter. And here comes Harvey. He's tagging on shooting. That's not Harvey. That's Colorado Kenway. Little change of pace action there, and he gets down near the 1st down marker.
Yeah, Panthers now have it.
3rd and about 1 coming up.
And this is what we're talking about. Don't get behind the chains. Can't make mistakes here. You got to just, keep pounding it, go after it, mix it up a little bit. You're not running the same power play every single time.
Hudson Jenner is split wide, and so is Dylan Trotty in the slot. It's a handoff. Blunt comes right tackle. It will have the 1st down and more. Gets inside the 10-yard line to about the 8. Panthers will have 1st and goal.
Yeah, need more cowbell.
Panthers took over at Salato's approximately 32-yard line, at their own 32, and have taken the ball down the field for the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, now it's 1st and goal.
Out of the huddle is Grayson Carlisle. That's Harvey. He's met real early at his legs, actually. Picked him up, put him down. Short gain for Harvey.
Yeah, and that's where you have a, when they get you down at the legs and lock your knees out where you're almost hyperextended, it's hard to move at all, but it was a good tackle.
It's hard to move the feet when you're not even on the ground.
Right, but good tackle by a Salado defense now brings up the 2nd and goal here.
That's Colt Brown coming into the game for the Panthers. Colt Brown will come, and he'll be wide left. Panthers a little trouble up, trying to go up the middle so far. This is off tackle. Blunt breaks one tackle, gets down near the end zone. And it looks like the 1-yard line from where our vantage point is. So here comes 3rd and 1. And goal to go.
Wrapped up by Brooks McLean, number 52.
Brooke McLean on the tackle for the Eagles. All right, Hank, this is definitely, I love the shot down there. What a great, what a great view.
I know it's not real clear, but we got it on wireless technology, but we're down there.
So the Panthers from the 1. And they are in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers, Cohen Blunt. With 56 seconds left in the first quarter, the Panthers capitalize on the turnover. We mentioned turnovers earlier in our keys of the game, and Panthers get 7 points off of it. Colt Brown doing the kicking duties tonight. Lines it up. Holding for him is the quarterback, Peyton Helford. The operation is clean, and through the uprights is the kick by Brown. And with 56 seconds remaining in the first quarter, the Panthers lead 7-0. Navarro Panther football will continue in just a moment.
Wow. Panthers, are in a position right now to where, they took advantage of the turnover. They took it right down the field. Coach Blunt talked about it in his interview that when off the air actually talked about how he really wanted to have the opportunity to pound the ball and get back to the basics, and that's why I pointed that out, the basics for Panther football, and you see the result if you do it the right way and the linemen are firing up. The defensive line is not as big as we've seen in the past. They only have one really, the nose tackle is probably their biggest guy at 245, but we'd like to see the Panthers take advantage of that size and go after him, which I think we did.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you talk about taking the ball and shoving it down someone's throat and stop us. That's what just happened with the Panthers. They took the turnover and put up 7 points. Colt Brown to kick off. And a deep kick. This will be taken around the 10-yard line by the Eagles. Coming right is number 18, Gabrielle Merriman. Still on his feet, out to around the 25-yard line. And the Panthers will take over, the Eagles will take over 1st and 10.
Panthers now have to, again, step it up a little bit. We had an opportunity to get an interception once, and then we got the
fumble.
The fumble, and now the Panthers took advantage. It took it down the field with authority, and love to see that.
5 wideouts now for Hossfield and the Eagles as they line up on 1st and 10. Hossfield sets, he throws. On the reception is Luke Bingham. He will pick up about 7-8 yards on the first play, so 2nd down and 2 or 3.
That's too many yards, You can't give it. They're showing 1st down on the 1st down marker, but it should be.
It's 2nd down.
2nd down. Let's not give them 5 downs.
2nd down, officially 3.
Here we go.
Hossfield has in his backfield now Luke Bingham. And Bingham will carry the ball. He gets out on the side, gets out past the 35-yard line. That should be enough for an Eagle 1st down.
Yeah, And that's what you see when you leave. You talked about it earlier. When you leave your feet off the ground, you have no control of your body. And right there was as you see, Bingham tried to go up and over, and he's grabbed by his legs and pulled back, and he goes nowhere.
Hard to tell from where we are who actually made the tackle, but it was a good job, good form. So Bingham will carry again. He comes off right tackle. He's hit hard. Number 32, Cade Pugh there, delivers the first hit. And
he had to earn that first down, and so
he did.
But what I'd like to see a little bit more is you see one of the players there right here is on the field, on the field camera right there, and we'd like to see Brown take and wrap up a little bit, get his head up a little bit, wrap up as Brown came in and made the hit.
Starting the last tackle was Colt Brown.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the first quarter. We'll flip sides. Panthers lead 7-0. Navarro Panther football will continue in just a moment. Water. Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, as the Panthers huddle up there, and getting ready to get back out, you talk about they have to earn it, and that's, make the other team earn every single first down. I mean, the way I play, I coach youth football. I'm not saying I'm a great coach or anything. We played more of we played an aggressive style defense, but we also played a bend but don't break type of defense because we knew that they were going to make a mistake. And when they made that mistake, we capitalized. But we had to attack, but we also knew that we couldn't give up the big play. So we always had guys that we knew, our kids that were really fast, that would stay in the back as safeties. And we would always put them in a position where, they may have drove 4 or 5 plays, 6 plays down the field in youth football. And then the next play, they'd fumble the ball.
That's right.
And we take complete advantage of it.
Teams will make mistakes. 1st and 10 Eagles as we open the second quarter. 7-0 Panthers. That's Bingham. He's met in the backfield and pulled down fast. Number 64, Ian Garcia, quickly gets the tackle for a loss.
Right, here's the replay. Oh. So
here it comes.
Here it comes.
You'll see he beats the guard into the backfield.
Yeah, sometimes we get that little glitch, and right there he wraps him up. Good job. Wow. By Ian Garcia.
It puts the Eagles behind the sticks now, 2nd and 13.
Woo!
Osville will keep it. He throws across the middle and that's complete. Past the first down marker, quickly the first down.
Oh, they're going to say he's just short, or is he?
No, they moved him up. They moved him up. Out to the 48-yard line. Number 16, Luke Noski on that catch.
Yeah, I was looking at it as thinking I could have been short.
From the 48, the Eagles will have 1st and 10. Osville will keep it on the play action. And well behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 7 or 8 yards. Colt Brown again, I believe, if I can get a look at that second number. 82, that's Colton Breitenkamp.
Yeah, Breitenkamp made a big play there. We might be able to see that from a different angle.
So, excuse me, it's going to be 2nd and about 14.
Now they're starting up, and now they're trying to play a little hurry up.
Trying to get some rhythm on offense. Osville will keep it under pressure quickly. Steps up in the pocket, comes back to the line of scrimmage, and a little bit more. Gets out past the original line of scrimmage on this.
And that's exactly
series of downs.
That's what I talked about as far as my keys is you got to get pressure on the quarterback in those passing situations, and we saw it right there.
3rd and 9. During the week, talking to Coach Blunt, he talked about the importance of getting just 2 or 3 stops. Well, you had one already that led to 7 points, and here's your next chance.
3rd and 9, yep.
With pause, the Panther running up and down saying, make the noise. Big 3rd and 9. Osville sets a pass under pressure. It's blocked. Knocked down. And in the backfield to do it is number 42, Joey Perella. He came on the, number 45, Tyler Risk. He came on the left side of the defense on a blitz. And it looks like Salato's going to go for it on 4th and 9.
Yeah, 4th and 9. That's kind of odd, but they made a big play earlier. So 4th and 9 coming up here for the Panthers. Now, this is one of those that you still can't give a big play, but it looks like a quick kick's coming here.
Yeah,
watch
could
out
be
for a
it.
quick kick by the
By the way, the tight end is back in, number 16, Nolan Noski. And they're going to pass. Hossfield back, throws it. It is complete. First down and just inside the 40-yard line. And he did. He made the catch along the sideline.
Yeah, and that
First down, Eagles.
Yeah, and that was actually just a perfect throw over the second level of the linebacker or one of the free safeties up.
A good route inside the zone.
Yeah, and just barely on the outstretched arms of Risky, I believe, that was right there trying to knock the ball down.
Appears to be the favorite receiver tonight. If you had him in your fantasy league, you're getting some points. Hossfield will receive the snap at about the 44-yard line. Back to pass. That looks like a hold, but it got called.
It did.
So this play is going to come back no matter what.
Well,
I don't think that's a hold. That was a tackle by the offensive lineman.
Let's see. I don't know if we got it on the one replay here. We might have it here where we could see it off to the right side. And there was a tackle right there. I know sometimes it'll.
And last time I checked, offense can't tackle.
Right. You can't tackle on offense, unless the other team intercepts it, then you can, or it gets it.
Right. But at that point, you're playing defense.
Yeah, right. I know what you mean.
So back
I
up.
was just being facetious,
You're good, Hank.
Yeah.
So first and 20 coming up now for the Eagles, and gets them behind the chains again. They're at the 49-yard line of the Panthers.
Yeah. First down and 20.
Hossfield. He'll hand this off.
Ooh.
And coming back in the backfield is number 5, Bingham. Bingham, he had to make a big adjustment in the backfield. The ball may have come loose again. And they're saying the runner is definitely down. There's no motion from the referees that the ball came out. So a pickup of about 6 for the Eagles on that. They're still going to be second and 14 here. Bingham able to pick up 6 yards. Bingham had some trouble in that backfield. I'm trying to find the number of the guy that was in the backfield because Bingham had to make a huge adjustment just to get those 6 yards. Panthers are able to get some pressure in that backfield. Number 37 is Mason Harvey that was back there causing trouble. There's a handoff. The second running back, number 22. He will get out near the 35-yard line, setting up third and about 8. On the carry was Jackson Turk. So here we go again. 3rd and 8, long third down. Panthers able so far to keep Salado in a long third down situation, especially on this drive. Faced a 3rd and 9, completed it on a pass. And now a chance to make a stop again. That was 4th down they got that pass complete. Hossfield with 3 wide to the right. Now has 4 in the motion. Bingham will carry it. And Bingham will pick up some yardage. This will be 4th and manageable. He's near the first down marker, Hank.
Yeah, they're saying he got enough, and so they went just past the 20, so they're in the red zone now. I'm sorry, inside the 30.
Inside the 30.
Yeah, I'm a little lower here, so it's like hard to see the numbers painted on the field.
I'm as high as I can get. I'm just 5'8" up here.
Yep.
So from the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 Salado. They're down 7-0. We're already at the 7:30 mark in this quarter. 7 minutes, 30 seconds from halftime already. 2-minute motion. Hossfield claps, gets the ball. Here comes Bingham, comes left side. He's pulled down the backfield.
Oh, wow, big play.
Number 52, Kate Pugh with the tackle. Does it well. Still grabs him by the back, but does not pull him down that direction, or else that would have been a horse collar.
Oh, yeah. I think that's what the other side, they're all, I see fans from the other side.
He
the
spun him around.
Right,
he didn't pull him down that direction.
That's right. And it did look like he grabbed him more by the number than inside the jersey.
Yes. So. Regardless, here's 2nd and long. Hossfield talks to the lineman for Salado, who now are set. 3 wide outs, 1 setback, 1 in motion. Hossfield keeps it, pulls the ball down, now runs, has a first down. Back to the original line of scrimmage and out near the first down marker, and looks at the line judge, and we'll see if he got it or not.
Well, I tell you what, thus
far.
far.
First down, Salado.
I'll tell you what, thus far in this game is that I thought we would have seen 20 to 30 points already scored, combined. And this has been a good defensive battle, especially for the Panthers. I mean, making the Eagles have to earn every single bit of the yardage they've
been
got.
4th and long, 3rd and long. Just need to stop. 6 minutes left in the half. Hossville claps. Looks to his right. Goes across the middle. Complete. Look out. Touchdown.
Oh, man.
Number 22, Jackson Turk, runs basically a seam route and scores for the Eagles.
Yeah, exactly, a seam route, and just gets in between, that linebacker space and safety space, and Hossfield found him and got him threw it right at him. He didn't have to put much air on it. He had to actually get it right to him, and he did.
On this drive, the Eagles were able to find some soft spots in the Panther zone. And we are 7-6, 5:52 remain in the first half. The kick is up, the kick is good. And with 5:52 remaining in the first half of play, Eagles have 7, the Panthers have 7. That's 2 long drives from the Eagles and from the Panthers. Hank, I don't have the stats in front of me, but if my memory serves, the Panthers have not touched the ball this quarter.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, but that's a testament to the defense, too, and being out there and being able to make, like I said, I said it over and over again, and making them earn it. And so it's just, this has turned out to be more of a defensive battle than I ever expected. I thought, it's going to be the last team with the ball who will win.
Still 30 minutes of football left. We'll see what will happen here next. Panthers will take the kickoff. And retreating to the far side of the field are Riley Blevins and Dylan Trotting.
Can the Panthers do the same?
And Colt Brown. So if the Panthers do what they did on the last possession, they're going to eat up the clock and go into halftime with a 14-7 lead. We're getting the correct football out to the field.
Yeah.
Number 80, Towns Sather sets the kick.
Yeah, I know we don't have a play clock on the field, but, there is a time where you should have already had everybody set, and the play clock should have been rolling against the kicking team.
Number 15, Mason Olson, also stands near the kick. Sather raises his right hand, comes forward. And it'll be Colt Brown from the 13-yard line. Comes right, retreats, gets about the 15, and he's taken out. There's a flag. That might be a horse collar or potentially a face mask.
Yeah.
Whatever, it will add on to the Panthers. Colt's getting up saying he horse collared it.
Yeah, it looked like a horse collar from here. I don't know if we have that on replay or not.
Referees are discussing this. The catcher turned receiver. Navarro Panther Band is vacating their spot in the stands. They're heading down to get ready for their performance.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy that they were able to find them a spot to sit.
Yes. That's the stadium we're dealing with today.
Nice unis for the band. I really like those.
First competition tomorrow for the band. We have a whole segment on that. What's all coming up here at Navarro this next week. October almost looks like spring as far as what else is going on. And so there's a penalty against the Panthers.
What? Oh, man. You got me on that one, Clay.
It's half the distance to the goal line, and the Panthers will move to about the 6-yard line now, where they will start their drive. But that's okay. If we go 3 yards in a cloud of dust, we got 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go score.
Well, we got to take it down the field.
Helfer to pass. He's got an open receiver, and just out of the reach of Dylan Trotting.
Yeah,
covering on the play was Michael Edmondson, the linebacker. Now, that's a good matchup, Hank, if you take advantage of it. The linebacker was the one that was right there with him.
Yeah, but, I mean, you had 2 receivers on that play. You had Colt Brown and you had, Trotty. And so if you get it to Trotty earlier, though, before the break
a little earlier.
Yeah, just a little earlier. It was a nice design. I like the play.
2nd and 10. And up the middle goes Cohen Blunt.
Oh, he
Slams
wanted
down the
more.
ball because he was stopped by his feet. And if he could able to do kind of the rope drill where he kind of step over the ropes right there, Cohen might still be running.
Yeah, well, brings up 3rd and 7 here, I believe.
Made by Norcross.
3rd and 7 from the 9-yard line.
And Panthers have to really, can't give them the ball back too early. I mean, there's still plenty of time for
plenty of time
for Salado
score
to come back and score.
And we're talking of a field position game at this point. Panthers break the huddle. Helford under center. Trotty in motion. It's Trotty, right guard. Gets about 4 or 5 yards before he his first hit. So 4th down, and looks to be about 2 from where we stand.
Yeah, I don't suggest we go for it. I mean, you can, but at this point in the game, all tied up, I'd try to, put your defense out there, get a good punt out of the way.
Coming up on the 4:30 mark remaining here in the first half, 7-7. And you're deep in Eagle territory, and it looks
you have your quarterback as your punter. He can make the decision.
What about drawing them off sides?
Yeah, I think that's probably what we're going to see.
Helford, timeout, Eagles. So we're not going to get to see it. You could still do it here, though.
Yeah,
when you come back from this play. So we have a timeout here. Panthers 7, Eagles 7. Let's talk a little bit about what we said earlier with our band, as they are going to. Yeah, do you have volleyball actually, Hank? Let's come to that.
I just wanted to point out, I just had volleyball that had won over Canyon Lake and took them to 1-1 in district. The overall record for our volleyball team, 24-12. So they're playing Davenport tonight. If they hadn't already played them, I'm hoping we can get an update on that as well.
We'll try to get that, especially during halftime. That would have been their 2nd district game. So that's a key. Davenport's also ranked. We played in a very tough volleyball district, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Wimberley was ranked 2nd. We lost to them on Tuesday night. Excuse me, last Friday night.
And one other thing I'd like to do is also make note that tomorrow the Geronimo Volunteer Fire Department is having their barbecue, and need to go out and support your local volunteer fire department. Remember, there are volunteers, and so this is one of their huge fundraisers, and so I believe they have it. Their lunch is between 12 and 2, and then they'll start at later, I believe at 5 for the supper, and then they'll have
let's talk about some good barbecue too.
Yeah, good barbecue, and then at 6:30 they'll have their auction. So a lot of good stuff at their auction too.
4:17 left, 2nd quarter. Panthers 4th and 2. Helford under center. Holding, it's offside. Blow the flags. There we go.
Yeah, and that's what we were looking for.
And unless we miss something, that's encroachment and 1st down Panthers.
Yep, and now
offsides is the official call against the Eagles. Panthers will pick up the 1st down on the field. There you go.
Yeah, hallelujah.
And there's a lot of pluses here. Not only do you keep the ball, but now you can run another 2 minutes maybe off the clock.
But what I don't understand is that, the coaches for the Eagles, probably huddling it up, says, hey,
don't jump.
Don't jump. We used to always say, just watch the ball, right?
Mason Harvey is hit near the line of scrimmage for a very short gain. That was number 17, Cade Finigolio, on the tackle.
Yeah, they actually show him as a loss.
Yeah, it was loss of a yard.
Oh, man.
2nd down and 11. Just under 4 minutes now remaining.
So now it's 2nd and 11 coming up here for the Panthers.
Coming out left for the Panthers is Ryan Jennich. And Dylan Trotty's in the slot. It's a handoff. It's up the middle. And still churning. I'm trying to see exactly which Panther carried the ball that time. But with it was Cohen Blunt on the carry. Blunt.
Yeah, he's asking to come out.
Signaling. So. There's no telling where all he got hit there on that play. So 3rd and about 10 coming up.
Oh, he lost his shoe.
Well,
he had to throw his shoe out. He's like, hey, I have to.
That may make the next play difficult.
Yeah. Or he lost. Yeah, that's what he did. He lost his shoe, and so.
3rd and 10. Split out right. It's Cole Brown. And Dylan Trotty's back in the slot. Let's see if we see a pass here. It's a short pass. There's Trotty. If he gets some open field, he has some room. He runs toward the sticks and is taken out a couple of yards short of 1st down. I like that play call. Get Trotty out into space.
I do like that. Here's the replay on it. See.
So 4th and about 3, it looks like, from our vantage point.
And I like the fact that he tried to get that extra yard
He
or two
did.
there.
Tried to run over the guy.
Yep. And if he breaks that tackle, he's gone.
Yeah, there's not much left there. 4th down. Panthers may try to draw him off again. There goes Trotty. Helford stays put. Trotty stands up. 2:20 on the clock. Watch your play clock.
Yeah,
we don't have one.
Yeah.
So there's probably a timeout coming here.
He's talking
Blunt
to the
has
official.
his hands up on the side like hold, hold, hold. Now he calls the timeout. And with 2:07 left in the second quarter, we have a Panther timeout.
Navarro, that's their first of the half.
Panthers with 2 timeouts now remaining, 2:07 left, 7-7 score here in a critical district game for these guys, as each of these teams do not have a district win yet. And getting to 3 wins after this, you only have 4 games left, so somewhere you got to find a way to make that happen. And speaking of that, let's look at the Panthers' upcoming schedule. Next week, the Panthers will be home against Gerald. Then they will go on the road to Gonzales. They'll be home against Smithville. That'll be homecoming. And then they'll be away at Lago Vista. So, Hank, as we talk about that schedule, I see Gonzales, I see Smithville, and I see Salado, Gerald, and Lago Vista. And I got to get a win. I got to get to 3 or 4 wins somewhere or another there.
Yeah, and we got to get those, and that's the that's the deal tonight. You got to get the win tonight.
Panthers to punt. Helford kicks it away. Let that thing roll. Hits around the 44-yard line. Rolls to the 40. Goes out of bounds. And that's where Salado will take over. They'll have 60 yards to go with 1:58 remaining in the first half. And if I'm reading the scoreboard right, the Eagles have 2 timeouts in their bank, if you will. And 60 yards to go. Panthers scored in the first quarter off a Salado turnover. Drove the field about 60 yards for their touchdown. Salado came back on their own drive. Took about 6 or 7 minutes, and they scored their first touchdown of the game. 4 wide outs, 3 to the left. Hossfield throws to the right, complete, and ran out of bounds by the Panther wearing number 45. That's Tyler Riss, the sophomore. Second down and about 8, 1:53 remaining here in the first half.
Well, you hear the cheerleaders now. Doing a great job.
Hossville with 1 setback. That setback is number 22, Turk. And not much room for Hossfield as he runs to the right.
Good coverage downfield all the way across the board. They even dropped Galini from the pass rush back out as a linebacker, the covering in the flats, and that really had Hossfeld confused. So 3rd down, big play for the Panthers.
Another 3rd and long.
They got to get the crowd going here. Big 3rd down play.
So last drive there was a 4th and long, a 3rd and long, and a 3rd and long. Let's see if the Panthers can convert on this one and get a stop. 1:45. Hossfield got out of bounds in the last play. He's back to pass. Sets up the pocket. Runs to the right. Keeps the ball. He's hit hard. Knocked out of bounds. So 4th and at least 5 or 6. He got a short gain there, Hank.
Yeah, and if he went out of bounds, that's really a plus to the Panthers. It looks like they did stop the clock. So with the 1:37, Panthers have an opportunity here. So the defense really held again tonight. You got to really hand it to the defense. I think they're doing a phenomenal job against a team that scored a lot of points against really good teams. So.
Defense gets a stop.
Yes, big stop.
And the punting away are the Eagles.
The crowd is shaking the whole camera.
All around. It's a fake.
Yep.
It's a fake, and it's going to be
is he
right
short?
around the first down
man.
marker. Oh, this is going to be the spot, and they give it to him. Man, that first down marker must have been at the 50 because he is on the 50-yard line right now. And Coach Blunt is having a discussion right now with the side judge about that spot.
I don't know if we have that on replay here.
Oh, we got one guy that says 4th down here on the down box, and now we're going to talk this over.
Yeah, even on the replay as we see it there. It looks like he comes down right on the line with the ball. We might show it again, but slow it down right at the end as he's falling down. Here it is.
So this is one of those where the New York replay booth would be talking to us.
Right. Yeah, and it looks like from that angle, I know that one replay we have a little glitch with it still on that one camera. But it looks like he comes down right at the line, so I'm not going to disagree with the spot based on what I've seen on the replays, but boy, that was close.
First and 10 Eagles from the 50 after the fake punt. Hossfeld throws his shoulders, goes long, and it is caught. No drop.
He dropped it.
It dropped right out of his hands. And they're defending for the Panthers. Number 21, Colorado Kenway. Kenway had real good position there, Hank.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be able to make that interception, but the ball was actually thrown in a really good place because it's only where the offensive player could have caught it. And but also good coverage on the play because it had to be perfect and the receiver had to be able to bring it in. And very difficult, to bring in and hand it to the defense. They're right there again.
1:14 left, 2nd and 10. 2 timeouts still for Salado. The pass is Hossfeld, steps up. He's going long, looking, and overthrows Gabrielle Merriman. No flags, 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Merriman was covered by Waz, and Waz, was in a position where you had to make the perfect throw again, and that was overthrown.
If it was under, Walls would have had an interception.
Right.
106, 3rd and 10. Panthers again have the Eagles at 3rd and long. This is the 5th time tonight I can remember that the Eagles have faced 3rd and at least 7 or longer.
It is 3rd and 10.
Hossfeld the pass, takes a 3-step drop, already out of the shotgun, steps up, throws, and he overthrows really high. Landon Noski. Noski's not short, so you know that was well over his head. So here's 4th down again.
And
all right, I know we'll be watching for the fake. Hossfeld comes off, so here comes the punt. And again, hold your ground, guys. Make sure he gets the kick away. 1 minute on the clock.
Yeah, 4th and 10 right here.
Kicking it away is Anthony Angel, and he will kick it away this time. Panthers with a little pressure on her. Colt Brown throws up the fair catch signal and does so around the 12-yard line. That's where the Panthers started their last drive before the phantom penalty.
Oh, boy, 53 seconds left. I thought we'd have a minute and something, but, hey, 53 seconds,
53 seconds and 2 timeouts.
Yeah, 2 timeouts. Do you get in a position to where we know Colt Brown was the PAT guy, was the extra point guy, but we've seen Carlos Soto make a 34-yarder in a scrimmage.
I think you take a shot a couple of ways. Do you do it a lot of the times the NFL does? We'll run a draw. If you get 30 yards on the play, you're in position.
Right.
Panthers are going to run. Getting outside, number 21. Gets out of bounds at around the 20-yard line, so near the 1st down is Colorado Kenway.
Well, the crowd's not yelling right away because you know what? They're not sure he actually had the ball, So we want to make sure, okay, he had the ball, he got the yardage and got out of bounds. So good job by Kenway.
There are times that we're like, yeah, we think that was Kenway on the carry. Especially when they go up the middle there.
So Gerald up on Lago Vista, and sometimes we, the scores are a little late coming in from our source, but that's the scores we have there.
Back up the middle go the Panthers. Couple yards is Blunt. Clock running, 40 seconds. And whistles.
Yeah, Trotty was.
Timeout, Navarro.
Yeah. Since they ran it up the middle, they had to call the timeout there on that one. So real quick on the timeout, while we're in a timeout, we had tennis play, in district.
Lavernia.
And they lose Lavernia 10-8, so close.
It was 9-10, actually. It was closer than that.
Oh, okay. I had it 10-8
My understanding is it came down to the last match.
Well, they're going to be in Somerset, I understand, on October 8th.
And they're playing Crystal City. Man, you got that all
memorized. Look at that. I guess you better.
If you watch my weekly video on YouTube, I have it on there. It's also going to be in our email out and different things like that. So, yes, sir. But tennis, and I got to tell you, we don't really know very well, but they feel pretty good about their odds.
Yeah, well, I think so, too. They could come back and meet come back and meet Lavernia again.
Oh.
Am I correct?
Have
If
we done
they-
that before? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we
and
have.
then we could see them again. So good luck. Good luck with the tennis team on October 8th, and we wish them all the best.
And on that note, bands, their first competition is tomorrow morning. They're going to get on the bus after this game, and they have a practice at 9 a.m. 12:30 is their performance. That's at Davenport, the U.S. Bands competition.
Wow. So now looks at a 1st and 10, right?
First
for the
and
Panthers.
10, 40 seconds, and 1 timeout. Helford, he's going to pass. 2 receivers. Goes down the middle, and it's intercepted at the 45-yard line. Grabbing it was number 20, Brody Schiller. And so let's see what that does for Salado with 30 seconds left. They will have 1 timeout. No, they will have 2 timeouts. Navarro has 1. And I don't know their kicking situation, but you're almost in field goal range.
Yeah, big tackle though by Lane Black. He comes up and he makes the tackle from the offensive guard, and he gets out there and he makes a heck of a tackle, because if he doesn't make that tackle,
Look out.
they're way inside the red zone.
So at the 26-yard line, the Eagles take over. That's the first Panther turnover of the night.
30 seconds
the
on the clock.
Other turnover, the Eagles' turnover, led to 7 points for Navarro. We'll see what this leads to here. 30 seconds left in the half. Back to pass, Hossfield. Has time, rolls right, sets his feet, goes to the end zone. It is, he may call it out of bounds. He caught it inbounds. I'd like to see a red flag on that one.
Yeah, here we are.
Corbin
the replay.
Kodiak was the receiver on that. We're going to do the best look we can here at that in the end zone.
So here it is. If they slow it, oh man, it is so close you can't quite see his feet.
Each
there.
turnover of the night has led to 7 points.
Yep. And that's how critical turnovers are.
Salado will kick it. Oh, he fumbled it. He's going to try to run it. That's Hossfield. Goes left, goes right, goes to the end zone, and it's caught.
Oh,
A 2-point conversion.
I
It was supposed to be a 1-point conversion, but now it's 2. Well, Hank, it's big momentum plays like that. You got to be very careful. Interception, touchdown. And very quickly, it is 15-7, Salado. 22 seconds left in the half. There's not going to be much you can do in the 22 seconds. But it's going to be good to kind of get into halftime.
Right.
Get your thoughts back together. You kicked off. You get the ball when the second half opens.
That's right. You take it down the field, and now do you chase points? This was always the question.
Let's see what happens on the kickoff. Where do we end up?
Right. Well, where do we go? What I mean by that is, though, if you do score in the third quarter, I always talked about, they got the 2-point conversion. Do you absolutely have to match that? I say no. Because when you do that and you force it and then you miss it,
I agree.
then you're
behind, right?
Right. And
right.
So now if it's late
wait
in the
to
game,
the right time.
right? If it's late in the game, that's a whole different story. So
There's a whole conversion chart for that. Actually.
that is, the 5-point chart. I know that usually if you're up by 5, you okay, then we go for 2.
Salado will kick it away. They now lead 15-7. 22 seconds left in the first half. For a long time, we were 7-7. But we go interception, touchdown for the Eagles. And they will kick it away on the ground to kill the time. Ball's loose, covered up by the Panthers.
I'm going to need an adapter.
And Dylan Trotty falls on it with 19 seconds left here in the half.
For our silver box. So now I think this is one of those times where you don't try to do too much. If you're going to do anything, you run it. You know you're getting the ball, and or at least unless there's an onside, obviously. But
you have a timeout.
Yeah.
If you can make up 25 yards here, you might have a shot at something.
Yeah, but I mean running the ball.
Yeah. And down goes Helford. Looks like the ball may come loose. Helford falls on it. 13 seconds. No one's calling timeout. This clock will run. We are headed toward the end of the first half. Panthers scored first. They took a 7-0 lead on a Salado turnover. Salado drove back down the field on a long drive, tied it up 7-7. And on an interception and then a touchdown, Salado took back the lead 15-7. 28 minutes are on the clock. It's halftime in Salado. Panthers 7, Salado 15. The Navarro Panther Network will continue in just a moment.
Please welcome to the field the award-winning Navarro High School Dazzlers drill team under the direction of Michelle Conaway. The 18th line is led onto the field by Second Lieutenant Maya Robertson, Captain Taylor Brannon, First Lieutenant Harley Bodie. Dazzler of the Week is Brooke Brown. Tonight's performance will be a kick routine to Give Me Everything Tonight. We hope you enjoy the show. performing their 2024 UIL marching show entitled Worlds Apart, featuring the music of Dvorak and Journey, featuring soloist Bryce Parcher, McKaylee Cropper, Trinidad Aguirre, Aiden Ditch, Lucas Cantrell, and Evie Scott. The band is under the field direction of drum major Sophia Castillo, Gabrielle Sassenhagen, and Bryce Parcher. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
This is Hank Dieter with Navarro Panther Network. We're bringing in Scott Kibbe. Scott Kibbe, I'm going to see if we can bring some of the stats up here, and we put those together, and it looks like, you gave us these stats, and we'll bring Clay on here in just a moment as well. But so to kind of go over the stats, we can see them here, but I'd like to hear what you have to say, Scott.
Well, I mean, I think it's a you have to really take hats off the Panther defense tonight. The great game they played, staying out of the big play until that end.
Right.
I think they played a terrific first half, best half they played all season.
Yeah, I agree.
They've generally been doing the things they wanted to do. They got some bad field position on offense a couple of series and weren't able to move real well. But that big drive in the first quarter took up almost all of it and was exactly what they wanted.
And Scott, to your point, how many times did we put Salado in a 3rd and long or a 4th and long, and they just found soft spots in the zone?
They just find it, and then a fake punt, and at a time when you really could have used the ball back. But one thing that's really standing out to me, the Panthers this year have been outscored in the second quarter, 78-13. Second quarters are just killing this team, and they've come out strong, and they're outscoring them in the first quarter. Their opponents in the first quarter after this week. But
so Scott, do you think that's like not a halftime adjustment, but just like getting the game settled and going, oh, this is how they're playing us?
It may be. I think it's sometimes that adrenaline wearing off sometimes, and those adjustments being made, but. I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen a stat like that.
Yeah.
So so lopsided. But that's where these games have been. The last 4 games have been lost.
Yeah, and tonight though, we're looking at this. Did you expect it to be as low scoring as it actually is?
No, not at all. I mean,
I don't feel bad.
That was a Panthers defense offense holding on to the ball, defense at least keeping out the big play. Wimberley had 3 one-play scoring drives last week, and we could not have that this week, or it would have been
right.
And that. So we've had one-play scoring drive, but that was just from inside the 30. But you really hats off. I think they've got this team scouted well. I don't think they're as physical up front. They're big. They got some big guys, but are not as physical up front as Wimberley and Livonia and Canyon Lake. So I think that's helped them. They're getting some penetration in the backfield.
Yeah. And I did like the fact that we have put a little bit of pressure at times on the quarterback. Yeah. We're not doing it consistent enough for me. I'd like to see a little more of that. And I did see him bring in a couple of blitzes, which we haven't seen in the past.
On that.
Yeah.
And Ian Garcia just has even against Wimberley, Ian Garcia has had some real standout plays, and I'd like to see more of that. I'm hoping that we can. And the Panthers, I think it's kind of like, it's just getting like a locomotive started, steam engine, it just takes a little bit to get it going. And once the Panthers can get it going, I think, they can be on a roll.
Yeah, I think so, but it's just you've also got to recover from adversity. And the last minute of that first half was adversity.
Right.
And it's worse because I just don't. You've got 53 seconds to go, 79 yards. You got 1 timeout. This is not an explosive offense. I don't understand not being more conservative, taking it to the half. And unfortunately, that we got to look at everything in hindsight, but that cost them tonight because they had the big mistake then.
Wow. Yeah, I agree with you totally. And well, we'll see if this second half can bode well for the Panthers. Scott, some insight do you have for us to see? What are your predictions for this second half?
I mean, I think you've got to go with more of the same. I think that sweep to Trotty, getting him outside, we've got to be getting somebody outside. That's been our problem all year. He had a nice run outside earlier, but got to find that. The passing game, just hold your breath. You just think it's going to come along. It's close, but the timing is still
it's
off.
not like we haven't had guys that were open. On
Yeah.
us, or
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
one-on-one, right?
Yeah.
Now, we had the one play, and Colt Brown was. We could see it from up here, but Colt Brown was open. But
Yes.
Trotty was open early. If you hit
Yeah.
Trotty out there in stride,
Yeah.
he's gone. Like you said, making that connection. We're just so close. If we could make those
Yeah.
connections, this could be a totally different ball game.
Yeah, you get the ball first in the second half, get down there, drive, maybe get the 2-point conversion, different ball game, swing the momentum
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
So,
and you may have to. We talked about it. Maybe it's too early, but I'm already going. If we're down there, put the pressure on them. If we score and we tie this thing up, let's now the pressure's back on Salado.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if we don't, it's still we stop them, we get the ball, we go down and we score. We still take the lead. So and we still have an opportunity. To build on that as well. So we'll see what happens in the second half. I believe the Panthers will stick to their guns and try, I'd like to see them mix it up with the run. Not necessarily, I talked about this several times, don't get too fancy, just mix it up with the different style. You don't have to do a whole bunch of different formations. You just have to, use one play to set up another play. That's what I'd really like to see the Panthers do, and they've done that in the past very well. And if they can get you set up, there could be a big play coming for the Panthers,
So
I think.
I agree with you. So on that note, sometimes you set up the run to set up the pass, or
Right.
sometimes vice versa, right?
Right.
I think we need a little more success in the running up the middle. I think we had a little trouble there tonight.
Yep.
That's why outside's been a little more successful. You break one up the middle, I think you're going to divert the attention away, so to speak, right?
That's
And
right.
all of a sudden, Trotty on the outside becomes even better.
Yeah, and you sprinkle in a pass here and there, but don't make it something to where you're in a position where you have to pass. You want to be in a position where you're not behind the change and you go forward.
Don't wait till 3rd and long, because that's just too hard.
Beautiful
All right.
shots we have right here of the Navarro Panther band.
Check that out. So bold prediction, gentlemen. Cohen Blunt will get a 15-yard carry in that first drive, all right, to eventually get a touchdown.
We hope so. They've been keying on him, so he hadn't had the big yards tonight. But he's got eight carries, 26 yards. Is the Panthers' leading rusher. But yeah, I need to get him going. So.
All right, Scott. Thank you, and we'll see you after the game on our post-game show, and we'll probably have to wrap it up quick because we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thanks again, Scott.
All right, thank you.
Scott told us this is our longest trip of the year.
Yeah. Longest up north.
Up north, that's right.
So, well, here comes the Panther band and the fight song. So, Clay, we'll look at taking another break, and we'll be coming back. So you're watching Navarro Panther football on the Panther Network. See if I could.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will feature the award-winning Salado High School Starlet Varsity Dance Team. They would like to dedicate tonight's
definitely tell that these cameras have better HDMI or have better quality than mine. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm doing decent. Okay. I'm a little rusty.
Oh, you're fine, Kyle. You don't have to.
We ran 3-4 every time down there. Run 349 or 8 over. I call it. Oh my! There it is. Hit the hole.
We're trying to get this thing to work right, Kyle.
Yeah. Sorry with the tunnel thing. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Just don't bounce around so much.
Wait, why to hold it one-handed for them to come out? All right. Well, I'm gonna get ready. All right.
Okay.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Kyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Starlet of the Week is
Hi,
Miss
Miss
Shelby Maple.
Hi, Miss Epley.
Next up, we have sophomore
Hi, Miss
feature
Epley.
twirler Jana Veal.
Hi, Mandy.
Jana
I
will
was
be
trying to tell you
performing
hi
a
this whole
featured
time.
theme to Deep Purple song, Smoke on the Water.
I know, but you know you love it.
Where did you have this? What is this? Is this good?
Absolutely beautiful, Jana. Thank you for that. While the Salado Eagle Band is getting ready, we would like to take a moment to thank all of our wonderful cheerleaders that are with us everywhere we go and everything we do. We love you, ladies, and thank you for always cheering on our crowd. Last up tonight is the Salado Eagle Marching Band. The band will be performing the pre-show, first, second, and third movement of their 2024 UIL production entitled Lost at Sea. The band member of the week is Miss Hannah Lane. The Bad to the Bone of the week is Micah Hutt. Freshman of the week is Miss Hayden Booth. And the section of the week is the trombone. Drum majors Valente Hernandez, Michael Rettelsheimer, and Cole Foster, you may begin your performance.
Welcome back to Salado, Texas. Salado High School leads the Navarro Panthers 15-7. We have 7 minutes left in halftime, and we wanted to talk a little bit about volleyball before we get into what we expect the second half and what all is happening at Navarro this coming week. Volleyball has lost tonight to Davenport 3-1. They opened their district play last weekend against Wimberley, lost that one 3-0, but then defeated Canyon Lake 3-0 on Tuesday night, and now are 1-2 in district play with the loss tonight to Davenport. But we want to highlight a couple of volleyball players this year, and in doing that, we're going to first highlight Brooklyn Fox. She's number 7. She plays middle blocker and right in RS, so Hank, you may have to help me what that means in volleyball.
Yeah.
Right side
Right
hitter?
side hitter, middle blocker,
There
right
you go.
side hitter.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Her favorite athlete is Madison Skinner. Her favorite home-cooked meal is spaghetti. Her spirit animal, and rightly so with the nice name Fox, is Fox.
There
So
you go.
Her favorite fast food, and we're going to need to talk about this one probably on Monday, is McDonald's.
No.
Let's raise the bar there a little bit.
Yeah.
After high school, she wants to go to the University of Oregon, I guess be a duck, and become a therapist.
Yeah, you forgot one thing, though. Her home cooked meal is spaghetti.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
no, I think we're doing well with the spaghetti home cooked
Yeah.
meal. Definitely not something you can get at McDonald's.
Right.
After high school, we mentioned Oregon, become a therapist. Her favorite saying of an on-air person, don't forget the zesty buffalo sauce.
That's her favorite say. One of her
That's
favorite
right.
saying, don't forget the. I guess it's like, hey, man, you got to add some flavor
Exactly
to life,
right? Well,
Right?
hey, I would say she's doing that if she goes to Oregon, okay?
Yeah,
So, well
yeah.
done.
Okay. Yeah.
Her
yeah,
favorite
there you go.
motivational quote is, life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. And 3 funny or unique things about Miss Fox is that she's played volleyball since 3rd grade. She can be very passionate during her sport, and she could win any, I repeat, any eating contest.
Wow, that's kind of scary. Yeah.
Well, I just think what happens, Hank, having played college sports and high school sports myself, and I know you've done some very similar things. When you get on the road with your teammates and you go to those buffets.
Yeah.
Now, I
Yeah.
remember us at
Oh,
a
yeah.
$5 CC's buffet.
Yeah.
What we would do, we would definitely make our money back on that one.
Yeah, if we went to a Chinese buffet and I was there, especially if I wasn't with a team or such, but if I was just at a buffet, there's a joke with the one guy, I think it was John Anderson, it's like, hey, you've been here 4 hours. You need to leave, man. And that would have been me. So.
Hey, if you could break the buffet, you've done a good job. All right, let's talk about Riley Smith. Her nickname is Rye. She's number 22. She's a middle blocker. Her favorite athlete is Kobe Bryant. Her favorite home-cooked meal is sausage, egg, and cheese tacos. Well done.
Yeah.
Her spirit animal is a monkey. Her favorite fast food is Whataburger. I like that one. After high school, she wants to go to college and become an architect. Her favorite saying is bruh.
Bruh.
So, hey,
Yeah.
Hank, bruh.
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 Yeah.
This is the good bruh because, if I go,
Yeah.
Hank, bruh,
Bruh.
we got a different little story going on
you
there.
go.
All right, her favorite motivational quote is, the only one who can tell you you can't win is you, and you don't have to listen.
There you go.
I know. I
Good
like
saying.
that.
I
It's a
love
lot
that.
like the thing that the ones that say they can't and can are
Right.
usually right.
Yeah, exactly.
3 funny things about Rye is that I'm like Dory. I have a short-term memory loss. So just for fun, because of short-term memory loss, we'll say that again. I'm like Dory. I have short-term memory loss.
Keep swimming.
She is. Yeah, keep swimming. Keep swimming. I'm 6'1", flat-footed. Wow. Okay. This 5'8" guy reading this, I'm just kind of jealous. And then I didn't start real organized volleyball until I was 12 years old.
Interesting. Yes.
And she plays like a pro. Let me tell you, when she's on that middle, look out.
Oh, yeah.
She gets set just right. That's a kill.
Yeah, I saw one with, Joel and Jim were calling that game the other night, and when they talk about, she's not only a middle blocker, but she's a middle hitter too in that game.
That's exactly right. She is.
Against Canyon Lake.
She
so
does it all. Hey,
definitely.
real quick, let's go around the district. Let's update you on some scores that are going on. As all this will affect us in district play. Right now, Gerald's on top of Lago Vista. They're at halftime, 14-3. And this one surprises me, Hank. Gonzales 28, Smithville 0. If I was projecting this out, I would have them as the last place teams in the district. But right now, Gonzales is making a statement.
You know, and also I want to point out that in our region, you know, we had Sinton. I thought Sinton would be one of the big ones to beat, but Corpus Christi Cal Allen, as their enrollment or the standards have actually changed in UIL as well. That brings
They're 4A
things in.
now?
Yeah, so we're looking at the Sinton Pirates, you know, and I don't know if this is district game or not, but still, either way, yeah, they are 4A. And Sinton Pirates, you know, we're right there looking at it. At first, it showed up as 10-3, but actually the score is 6-3 Sinton over Cal Allen.
6-3, a couple of home runs, I guess. In the
yeah,
game.
that's what I was looking at. It just changed on me as I'm looking at it. From the score was showing 10-3, but it actually shows now 6-3 according to my sources here. So, well, and you know, around the league though, around our region, I think you'll see that there are some. You know, still some games out there that may be non-district games too. So, I mean, it's pretty amazing though to see, you know, Friday night out here and having a good time, you know, and just enjoying the atmosphere, the pageantry. You got to love it. But I do have one big update on a local team. Marion Bulldogs are beating Lulen Eagles, from my source, 43-0.
Wow,
going
that's
into
a bit of a rivalry
quarter,
between them two.
and going into the fourth quarter. And Marion's not had one of the better years thus far, and now here they go, you know, leading Lulen 43-0.
Not too far down I-10 are those two teams. 34 seconds left here in halftime. The Panthers are in the Panther tunnel, and we're about to see them emerge for the second half. Give you a quick scoring update from that second half. Both teams had long drives. And here come the Panthers as we get ready for that second half. Panthers trail 15-7. Panthers scored first in this game. They went up 7-0 after a long drive based on running the ball down the Eagles' throat. Salado came back with a long drive of their own right after that, scored a touchdown and went up, tied the game 7-7. Then with under 2 minutes remaining in the second half, Panthers threw an interception. And on the next play, the Salado Eagles scored a touchdown. They took a 15-7 lead. Important to note, that was the first turnover by the Panthers. The Panthers went down and scored their first touchdown on a fumble by the Salado Eagles, and that set up the Panthers' long drive to score first. And that's why we are at 15-7 right now. 12 minutes is on the game clock as we get set up for Salado to kick to the Panthers. So, Hank, you're down 15-7. Both teams need a win to get their first district win tonight in district. And so I would refer to this as a very, very important drive.
Oh, yeah, I would too. And you know what? We have seen one of our kickoff returners do very well on kickoff returns when he's had the ball, and that's been Dylan Trotty. He's done very well on returns when he does receive the ball. He's had, long returns all the way up to, 35, 40-yard returns, and I'd like to see if they kick it to him. Now, I'd still be ready for an onside. I mean,
that could come up at some point today.
Put it past Salado here to kick it onside, just to steal a possession or attempt
and to keep the
it.
Panthers off the field, right? Because Panthers show they can run the ball here tonight.
All right.
Now, you mentioned that. I think they've watched the same tape you have because they have not kicked the ball to Trotty yet tonight.
All right, and they've kicked it. And Colt Brown's not a bad athlete. I mean, it's, whoever
he's an
you're
athlete,
going to pick your poison,
Catcher also in baseball.
Yep.
Town Sather set to kick it off to begin the second half. And it is an onside kick. And look out, it's not good. Salado may have got it. It went 12 yards. Salado says they have it. I haven't seen a referee say it, but I guess they just, we're just going to give the ball to them. So like you said, Hank, taking away a possession. Salado will take over 1st and 10 at the Panther 48-yard line.
Oh, man. And
so,
it's kind of like you knew they were going to try to steal a possession here because, possessions have been limited for both teams. Look, both teams had the ball only, I believe, 3 to 4 times each. And so they are very limited.
Hosfield back in at quarterback. He will keep it. No, actually, he will hand this one off. Number 22, it does not get very far.
Yeah.
Nice tackle. So on the carry, was Jackson Turk, but on the tackle was Cade Pugh.
Yeah, and we're looking at, you know,
Made by Yandel Ramon, number
the crowd wanted to hold it, and I was right there with them. And it did not look like he was outside of that. Hand was outside on that shoulder.
It's almost like the Panthers declined it if they got it. It's 2nd and 10. And there goes Turk. Turk has about 10 yards on this, about 8 yards actually on the carry, went right up the middle. Turk got it. He kind of read the offensive line and then took off for about 8 yards.
So this is still a big 3rd down play.
3rd and 3.
You know, Panthers got to find a way to get in the backfield. They've been playing Galini outside, more of an outside linebacker, and coming off the line, he hasn't played that defensive end type here, so he's been playing coverage most of the time. So Panthers got to find a way to get some pressure on the quarterback.
Coach Blunt mentioned he needed 2 or 3 stops. Hopefully here's one. Back to pass. Throw is incomplete. He never really turned around. Turk didn't get in good position for that play, so 4th down coming up, 4th and about 3, and I would imagine Slato will go for it here.
Yeah, and Turk, Turk was trying to get himself in position, but I thought it was a good shuck at the line of scrimmage by a defender.
Wasn't able to get there because of the hit. Hosfield takes the snap, sets up and throws. This is high. It's going to be incomplete. 4th down. Panthers going to stop.
Yeah, Panthers get the stop, the turnover.
And what a great statement. You don't get the onside kick, but let's stop them right here. And now you get the ball back and maybe in better field position than if you even kicked it off.
That's correct. That's exactly right. And that was also, just good coverage too, because you had a Panther over the top and you had a Panther underneath.
Yes. So 10:34 now left in the 3rd quarter. And Trotty goes in motion. Trotty has it, gets on the outside, just like Kibbe said.
Oh, nice cut.
About 5 or 6 yards on that carry.
And you like the decision he makes. He jabs that right foot in the ground, and then he cuts it up the field. And, all the backs are pretty much taught in the slot T is, man, you see daylight, you go. And you take that jab step, you plant that foot, and you go upfield. You don't spend too much time going laterally into slot T.
Officially 5 on the carry from Trotty. 2nd and 5. Blunt in the backfield. Blunt will take this one up the middle. Gets about 3 or 4 before he's hit. Gets the 1st down and more into Salato territory. 1st down, Panthers in the 45. There's that Blunt train. Get on board.
Yeah, that brings up 1st and 10 now for the Panthers, in which they're doing exactly what we wanted them to do when they had the ball when they would have had the opportunity of first chance here in the 3rd quarter. But their defense stood up on that steal of a possession from Salato on that onside kick.
Really wanted the Blunt to get going up the middle. And this is going to be coming around side. Colorado Kenway gets outside, has at least 5 yards, now has 10, down to around the 30-yard line before he's stopped at around the 32. Panthers, another 1st down on the ground.
Hey, I've got to say that Kenway, for what he looks like, he's easy to get down. He's very slippery, and I mean that in a way like you've got to make yourself small, and he's able to do that with his speed and pull.
And that's what he brings with the style of running back that he is. It's a good change of pace. There goes Trotty. Blunt's up the middle again. He's got about 3 yards, 4 or 5. Gets down around the 25-yard line. 2nd down, Panthers moving the football.
Yeah, Panthers getting the push up front. Coach Blunt said his biggest key tonight is controlling the line of scrimmage up front on both sides of the ball. And right now, this offense is controlling the line of scrimmage and going right at them.
Blunt had 26 yards in the first half, and about 15 so far this one. Here goes Blunt again, and you get another 4 or 5 on that one carry. Gets out near the 1st down marker and may have the 1st down.
Yep, we'll see. They're stopping the clock. That indicates, until they see it.
There go the chains. Yep. He's waving them down. 1st down, right. Panthers.
Another.
Clock running inside 8 minutes and 30 seconds now in the 3rd quarter. Colt Brown brings in the next play. Panthers 1st and 10 from about the 22-yard line. There goes Mason Harvey off left tackle. He'll get 2 or 3 on this one.
Yeah, and that one was just like an old-fashioned isolation play.
Joe Gibbs would be happy.
Yeah, it looked more like the I formation, fullback leading the way for the halfback, and that's what we saw there as Blunt was leading the way.
And for those of you that don't know much about the slot D at home, even the linemen are named for that, Hank.
Right, exactly.
Quick guard, quick tackle.
Right.
Because they move around a lot.
Yeah, they do a lot of different things, with pulling and trapping and that you don't get to see.
Trotty in the slot. Keeper Helfer tries to get outside, he stopped. Cuts back inside and will only get a couple.
Yeah, but at least smart enough to take what he can get. He sees the outside is being shut down and didn't want to roll back. He still got positive yards because he could have easily went negative.
And usually when you roll back, you face someone else in your face.
Yeah.
So 3rd and about 7 for the Panthers here. Deep inside Toledo territory, about the 18-yard line. So I would imagine this is 4-down territory here. Wherever you can get here sets up your 4th down. In motion, that's Kenway. Kenway's hit behind the line of scrimmage. And he's pulled down. Number 25, Luke Bowser on the tackle. We got lots of whistles here real quick.
Right,
I don't see any flags, but
see any flags.
we are coming in from the back, Judge, to talk to the referee.
Game clock is out.
So the game clock, that's what this is about. The game clock is out again.
Our time clock, the play clock's been out.
Play clock. So we're talking the game clock on the scoreboard now, Hank.
Right, yeah,
so
ours went
I don't
blank.
know. I don't know if we're going to be able to have a.
It tells you how old this stadium is. I tell you, I'm a little nervous with the light poles. If there's a heavy wind, they got a lot of rust on them as well.
Well,
but
hopefully those will stay on too.
I've been to stadiums where we played in sticker patches. So I mean, that was years ago. But you play with what you got, and this time they're going to keep probably the time on the field.
So we will attempt to keep the clock the best we can.
Yeah, we know.
We got it back. It's back up here in Salado.
Yeah, Cal Allen is that 4A Division I still, but they did drop down to 4A when they used to be 5A, 4 years ago. So they, what we're looking at is Sinton and them are in a big battle.
6:51 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Panthers stop Salado on an opening onside kick and have had the ball since.
4th and 11 here.
Helford. And we got whistles. Someone may move. False start, Panthers. Real quick, the headline just steps out, rolls his hands.
Yeah, it's going to bring up now a 4th and 16 for the Panthers. 4th and 16. I was, I've seen us kick a decent field goal, and
So from here,
now you don't.
No,
you don't now.
The ball is on the 27-yard line. If you add 7 yards to that, it's the 34. It's a 44-yard field goal attempt from here.
And then if you don't make it, you're giving them a nice spot. So I would say, there's nothing wrong with going for it here.
No, and even if you so let's look at all the ramifications here. If you pass it and it's incomplete, the ball goes back to the 27-yard line. Okay. If you run it here, maybe you gain some yards and push Salado back further. Or break it. Colt Brown's at the bottom of your screen. Blunt is in the backfield. Helfer rolls left to his throwing arm, goes long for Colt Brown. He's there! He's got it! Touchdown, Panthers. Colt Brown. No flag. The Panthers have 13 points. Helfer to Brown. And there's your big play, Hank.
Here's the replay. We got to save that. Oh, man, that one went a little fast. I don't know if we'll get the other angle. Here it is, the other angle, real quick as he goes back. And we didn't quite catch it.
27-yard touchdown pass. Going for 2. Blunt's in the backfield.
Okay.
There goes Trotty.
Trotty outside.
Trotty's just going to run to the edge. He's got it. 2-point conversion is good. And the Panthers have tied it up. 5:53 remain in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, let's see if we go ahead and show the extra 2-point conversion there.
So to recap this rather eventful second half as we open up. The onside kick by Salado was good. Salado got the ball. Panthers stop them 4 plays later, have driven down the field for about a 5-minute drive. And from Helford to Brown, it's a touchdown on a 27-yard touchdown pass. You don't say that often with the slot T. And the Panthers have tied it up 15-15. We got a game here in Salado. Speaking of other games going on, let's talk about the other games in the district. Gonzales has 35. Smithville has 0. They're in the third quarter. Gerald has scored again. They lead 21-3, and they're in the third quarter at Gerald with Lago Vista.
Yeah, and that is surprising to me. Gerald is, I think, the surprise team of the district, if you ask me. Gerald is the team that you have to watch out for. And, Panthers need to be ready, and they got to get this one in the books first.
Hank, it's not impossible. We're seeing the battle for the 4th slot right here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's second, third, or fourth, depending how it plays out. But, these teams are battling it out. You got to love it. Panthers have come back, tied this thing up. You got to be excited for the Panthers right now.
Colt Brown, who has the touchdown catch. Onside kick. It's loose. Oh, that's a foot that came out.
No, that's a
shoe.
tee.
That's the tee that came out. So
yeah.
The ball didn't even go 10 yards.
Yeah, but
the tee went 10 yards. The ball didn't go 10 yards.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell which was which at one point either. So there we have it.
Salado will take over again at about the same place they took over after the onside kick to begin the half. They started at the 48. They'll start this at the 47-yard line of the Panthers.
Yeah, so it's 1st and 10 for Salado, and they get great field position.
Second time in a row they've done that. Panthers had a stop last time. 3 wideouts at the bottom of your screen for the Eagles. And the pass in the middle of the field, complete. About 5 yards on the catch, about 2 or 3 yards on the reception to Brendan Wilson.
Yeah, it's going to bring up that 2nd down and 3. Panthers, again, like I said, Panthers have to find a way to get to Hosfeld, a little quicker, or at least get their hands up in his face.
Yes, like you said, get there quicker. Hosfeld didn't hang on to that one too long. 5:18 remaining, third quarter. Hosfeld claps the hand, stands in the pocket, throws it out, and complete. Number 18 is out there, and he's trying to get some room. He does not have much room to run. Gets out near the first down marker. On the reception was Gabriel Marion.
Yeah, I was trying to look at it. Looked like at one time it looked like his knee was almost down as he caught the ball.
Yeah, I wondered if the ball hit the carpet too.
Yeah, or his knee. So
3rd and 1. Unless they just award him a first down. He just got awarded a first down. So 1st down now for the Eagles.
Sorry,
that might have been a generous spot.
Yeah, so we Panthers, like I said, we're not getting a good, consistent pass rush. We're going to have to find a way to get to Hosfeld.
Hosfeld, he throws it out to his big receiver, Landon, on the left side. Gets about 7 or 8 yards, or gets about 4 yards where he's knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, and you can see what Salado Eagles are doing here. It's the dink and dunk show, as they're able to find out those. They're finding out, that all they have to do is just get it to one of the receivers 5 yards, as the Panthers give them a little bit of cushion.
Corbin Koniak, oh, nice play. A little pressure there for Hosfeld. Now doesn't have much room to run. Breaks out right, has room, look out. Inside the 10. Pulled down finally around the 10-yard line. They actually stopped at the 11-yard line. There's a flag back at the 31. Number 18's touching it. Why is he grabbing the flag? You can't do that. So that may be a block down the field that's illegal.
Well, I saw a hold on the corner, and I don't know if we got it any of our shots on
coming back.
Yeah.
Both teams retreating back to near the original line of scrimmage. So from the spot of the foul, 10 yards, we'll probably repeat 2nd down.
Yeah, right there with a pull on the jersey on Risky.
So from the 41-yard line, it will be 2nd and about 13 for the Eagles. Gives the Panthers another chance to get a stop. 4:10 remaining, third quarter. This game's moving fast. Hosfeld gives it away. And a good run here that's Luke Bingham.
Yeah, Bingham just takes the alley that the Panthers give, but you're seeing what the Panthers are they're trying to get a blitz to be able to get to the quarterback. And sometimes, yeah, if you get that ball out on the handoff outside, they could burn you on it.
Good for about 11 yards, 3rd and 4. It's Bingham again, left side, 1st down and more. Look out, inside the 20. Keeps his feet. And it's a 1st down for the Eagles. The Salado Eagles have found something on that left side of the defense.
Finally tackled by Braddock Galini, number
Braddock Galini on the tackle, lining up quick. So it's hurry up offense here, trying to get some rhythm for the Eagles. And it's going to be Bingham again. Tries to get outside, and he's wrapped up. Applying the pressure there was Cohen Blunt. He made Bingham have to belly out a little long, gave enough time for the Panthers to get there and make a tackle. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left, 3rd quarter. 2nd and 9.
A lot of bugs in the air.
This is a very open air stadium.
Yeah, and now here we go, Panthers.
Hosfeld gives it to Bingham again. Bingham off right tackle, gets inside the 10-yard line about the 6.
Yeah, and this is
marked at the 7.
This is where Coach Blunt was talking about. We've got to be able to control the line of scrimmage on both sides, and now, the offensive line of Salado is controlling that line of scrimmage and giving Bingham big alleys to get down the field.
Yeah, he's getting past the line of scrimmage and then getting touched.
Right.
So 3 wideouts to the left for the Eagles. It is 1st and goal to go. About 7 yards to go. Bingham sets up to the left to Hosfeld. Hosfeld keeps it, comes left behind 2 tacklers, hits as the 1, bounces off, and scores the touchdown for the Eagles. 2:03 left, 3rd quarter.
Here's the replay here. The replay here down on the field.
So this time Salado takes advantage of the short field. Goes about 47 yards to the touchdown. Kick is up. The kick is good. 2:03 remain in the 3rd quarter. The Panthers now trail 24 to 15. And Hank, we were at 15-15. That should be 22.
Yeah, it should
to
be
15.
Yeah, it's yeah. Our scoreboard has it right.
That's fuzzy math, is what President Kennedy used to say.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So it should be 22 to 15, and that the scoreboard is not right. And then now they're changing our score to 17.
There we go. Now we're on the scoreboard. All right, so let's take a quick second here. Let's talk about what's going on here at Navarro this week. Tuesday, volleyball is at Fredericksburg, but tennis playoffs. That will be at Somerset. They'll take on Crystal City. That's on Tuesday. Oh, before that, Saturday, band has their first competition of the year. That is at the U.S. Bands Competition at Davenport High School. They will perform at 12:30 p.m. Wednesday night, the high school future fair. Military recruiters, colleges, businesses will be there. Come out and start looking at what you want to do for your future. If you don't know, it's a great night to explore that. If you know what you want to do, you might want to talk to certain colleges about where you want to go. And if you want to get jobs, we'll have different people there that can give you jobs too. But you're going to have to apply and all that kind of stuff. So that's at 5 p.m. Food trucks, all that kind of stuff. Come out to the high school for that. On Thursday, sub-varsity football is at Gerald. And the district cross-country meet is also on Thursday. Panthers trail 22-15. 2:03 left here in the 3rd quarter. Brown and Trotty deep to receive for the Panthers. It's a long squib kick taken by Matthew Villanueva.
Oh, wow. There was a face mask at the end that did not
we
get
did
called.
not see any flags for that. That's a shame.
Oh, man.
Now out to the 33-yard line is Villanueva.
Whoa.
Now that 15 yards would have been nice. That puts you about midfield. Instead, the Panthers will start 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Bringing in the play for the Panthers is Ryan Jenich. And we have lost the game clock again, Hank.
Yeah, we'd have. We lost the game clock.
We had 2:03 left in the half.
in the
We're going
in
to
the
attempt
quarter.
to get close.
Yeah.
We're going to try to wait and see if we can get that clock back. So would someone go put a little more cheese in front of the mouse? Let's get him spinning again.
Oh man.
Oh, we got something going on.
Yeah,
there we go.
There
There we go.
Hey, and the score came up right.
Yeah, all we had to do was reboot the computer. There we go.
Right. Now our software has to readjust.
That's right. Helford breaks the huddle. Blunt is in the backfield. Trotty in motion. Trotty's going to try to get outside. He keeps it. Gets hit at the legs and is pushed backwards.
Yeah, he only gets a couple out of that one, but you know, you got to see that, you know, going positive is still, but we do have a player down on the field.
Injured Panther on the field, and while that takes place, let me remind everybody again that Saturday at 12:30, Davenport High School, the Navarro band will have their first competition of the year. They'll have competition this week, next week, and then see, band's confusing, Hank.
Yeah.
Athletics does region and then area, or is it area then region, and then they do the opposite in the fine arts?
Yeah, that's generally the case for the band. Is that they do those a little different. I was in one act play, so we did something similar to that. Because
yes,
you did have what they call district and area, and then you jump to state, and you're like, oh, okay.
Right. There you go.
What happened to the other
round?
Right.
All right, so let's finish up this week at Navarro High School. We got through Thursday, so next Friday, volleyball will be at Bandera, but football will host Gerald. And it's also start of the Guadalupe County Parade, so that fair will start. That's Dylan Trotty. Looking good now coming off the field. And then band will have their second competition next Saturday at the Rough Riders competition. I know we often compete and do well in that one. So band gearing up for their area and region rounds, and we'll see how far these guys can go.
Hey, and don't forget about the Navarro Broadcast Club here. As we have that QR code up there for donations. You can donate whatever you want. We're not seeing that. Only the powers that be knows what who's making what donation. We don't get to see that, but we do know that that you can donate anything: $1, $2, $100, $500, whatever you like, and it goes to the Broadcast Club.
Helford will keep it. Looks like he's trying to hand it off, and now he's in trouble. He looked like he's looking for where the ball is supposed to go, kept it, and so 3rd and 11 is coming up for the Panthers. And Hank, this is what you mentioned about being behind the sticks and a long 3rd down.
Yeah, and you like to be able to, just go north and south a little bit more. And yeah, like you said, that looked like a busted play to me. And the Panthers need to go north and south more than going laterally.
1 minute mark remains in the 3rd quarter. We are playing a fast game tonight here in Toledo. 22-15. Panthers tied it up on their first drive of this half. Here comes Mason Harvey. Gets about 3 or 4 before he gets hit. Keeps his feet, still churning. And we'll get to around the 36-yard line.
Okay.
And we'll have 4th down and about 6 coming up, 6 or 7 actually for the Panthers.
Yeah, now you'd like to see what the Panthers have up their sleeve here.
If the Panthers go for it here, Hank, and they don't get it, this will be the 3rd short field in a row for Toledo. And it looks like they're going. Unless they're going to draw them off. In motion. Trotty looks to the sideline. Blunt's holding up the hand, saying wait.
And then they run it.
Wait for it. Here comes the timeout. Navarro.
Yeah, you would love to see it.
Unless, did we call it? No, we're at the end of the half, Hank. So we're at the end of the 3rd quarter. It's 22-15. 12 minutes remain here in Salado. Panthers and Salado both looking for the first district win of the year if they can grab it tonight.
Yeah, we're in the 4th quarter. It's going to be a big 4th down play coming up here, and either the Panthers decide to actually go for it, or possibly give the short field to the Eagles. We'll see how that plays out. See if they try to actually draw them off. I'd like to see it where you think they're only going to draw it off, and then they actually run the play.
Well, it's still happening here.
fake like you're going to clock it, and then, they pull up and throw the pass down the field. You've seen that before.
Yes, we have. That's right. Dan Marino action.
There you go.
That's right. So this half opened with an onside kick by Salado. Panthers stopped them. And the Panthers are able to take the ball down the field, tie the game 15-15. Salado comes back and goes down all the way down the field, takes their time with it, and they score a touchdown and take a 22-15 lead. And that's where we are right now. So
Fourth and
in the
6.
punt formation, unless there's a fake, Helford is back, stands at his own 25-yard line. Now, right now, Coach Blunt is having a conversation with the referee and the headlinesman. I would imagine, Hank, this isn't about the pizza they are ordering after the game.
Or the Whataburger.
Or the Whataburger. Give me a number 1 with cheese.
Give me the number 2 with jalapenos with cheese also.
4th and 7. Panthers in a punt formation. Helford will kick it away. Gets it off, and it's a good kick.
Oh, man, nice punt.
Fair catch at the 23-yard line. He dropped it. The Panthers got it. Recovered by number 22. Braddock Galini. Hank, that could be a huge special teams play. Braddock Galini talking about right place, right time. Does a little dance in the middle of the field. Not a big enough dance to draw any kind of penalty. But now, we're talking about big plays and momentum earlier, and especially in a game like this. You had the interception that led to 7 points before the end of the half. This has that potential to be that kind of play.
Right. 11:50 remaining here. 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
With a chance to go tie the game deep in Salado territory at the 25. Handoff Blunt. He goes 3 or 4 yards, gets hit, keeps the feet churning. He never goes down. Never goes down, but the whistles blow for forward progress and a pickup. Let's see where they put this down marker. Pickup of about 3 for the Panthers. 2nd and 7. Panthers need to really convert. All turnovers have led to points tonight. Let's see if that happens again here. Helford keeps it. Goes behind Blunt this time. Good carry.
Yes.
Down around the 15-yard line. That should be enough for a Panther first down. There go the sticks.
1st and 10 now for the Panthers. As that offensive line, personally, I thought if Blunt did have it on that one, he would have actually had a chance to score as well.
He would have.
And so I think now the Panthers are mixed it up enough. They could set up a good play here by either giving it to Blunt or faking it to Blunt, and give it off to Trotty or something. If he's back in, no, he's still not back in.
You mentioned it at half. They are doing better up the middle. There goes Blunt again.
Blunt's
got it. Tackled by the free safety inside the 5. Panthers will have 1st and goal to go. And we mentioned at half the need to get the inside running game going, and it's making a difference here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, now the Panthers driving down to tie this thing up after a muffed punt.
I would imagine Blunt has passed his first half yardage. He had 26 in the first half.
1st and goal.
Passing the 10 mark here in the 4th quarter. Panthers looking to tie this game up. Helford gives it to Harvey. Harvey gets close to the end zone and is pushed back. Pushed back around the 4-yard line, so...
Yeah, I thought he got a little deeper than that.
I thought he did too, but...
We don't have a good angle here off the side. Maybe our now big play. I think, when you look at it, 3rd down and goal, you've got to be able. Is it 2nd and goal?
2nd and goal.
Second and goal. Okay. All right.
But you still want to give yourself some options here. Helford under center. There's a flag. It's a timeout.
Yeah.
Whistles on the side. Timeout. Salado. That's their first of the half.
Oh no! It was. They called that on the Panthers. The timeout was the Panthers.
Timeout is Panthers. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's also the Panthers' first of the half. We have 11:27 remaining in the 4th quarter. Definitely a battle underway here in Salado. Panthers scored the opening volley, if you will. They took a 7-0 lead. Salado came back and tied the game 7-7, but before the half took a 15-7 lead. Then at half, Salado did an onside kick. Panthers stopped them, and the Panthers were able to go back down the field on a Helford to Brown 27-yard touchdown pass, tied the game up 15-15. Salado has just gone back and scored, but the Panthers on their last drive punted the ball away, and it touched a Salado Eagle. It was Bryant Galini on the recovery, and the Panthers now have the ball inside the 5-yard line, second and goal to go at the 4.
Well, the clock goes out again, and the scoreboard goes out. So, kind of reminds me of down in Cal Allen. I played a game there back in I believe it was 2017 season, and Rio Hondo and Navarro were playing, and they had to go with the time on the field as the for the entire most of the game. So. I wouldn't say the entire game, but I believe it was the entire second half.
Well, whatever they're doing to get the clock back up, every time it's gone out, we're back again. 9:27 remain.
Get the cheese out for the mice, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah.
Keep that guy running and get the hamster running in the wheel. There we go. 22-15, 9:27 remain in this ball game. Potentially a battle for the 3rd or 4th spot in the district. We'll see how it all plays out. I know it's early. It's this week, too.
Yeah, 9:27 remaining in the first half.
Helford up the middle is Blunt. He's to about the 1.5 yard line.
Oh, boy.
So here comes 3rd down.
Yeah, and what happened is you'll see on those type of plays, you know, by the opposing team, especially like Salado, they submarine. And what we mean by submarine, they're taking the legs out of the linemen of the Panthers by the defensive lineman trying to get lower than the offensive lineman, and you'll see that here probably on the goal line play as well. So anything, it has to happen quick. You can't have a long developing play either, because you're having the linebackers a lot of times coming up for a run blitz as well.
The ball is just inside the 1 yard line. Helford, handoff, touchdown, Blunt.
Oh, yes.
Blunt flexes the shoulders, gives the ball to the referee. Panthers trail right now, 21-22.
Here's the replay as Blunt goes right in it.
So let's see what we're doing here, Mr. Hank.
Yeah, do you go for, you know,
it's an extra point.
Yeah, extra point. Go with
the percentage play.
Yes. With Brown as the place kicker here.
Helford holding. Good. The operation is clean. It is up, and it is no good. It's being waved off. It must have went wide right. So it's 22-21. Coach Blunt's out on the field. He is going to discuss this with the judge.
I don't know if we got it on the other angle to see if we happen, even if it speeds up or glitches out. I was like, man, we'll see if we can get a replay on that as well.
Long discussion down around the 20-yard line about this.
Yeah, maybe even sideline. I don't know what they had.
So the Panthers score on the touchdown run, 1 yard touchdown run by Cohen Blunt. Make it 22-21, but the extra point is no good. So with 8:45 remaining in this ball game, the Panthers trail by 1 point. And man, this game just got even more interesting.
Oh boy, it got interesting. That's for sure.
So, Hank, you talked about the onside kick. Panthers really haven't done that. I think we've done it once tonight. Panthers do that somewhat often. Would you want to give another short field here, or would you go ahead and kick it and try to stop it?
You see, with 8:45, I would, you know, the defense has come up big in a couple possessions here, but
Panthers set to kick off. 8:45 remaining in this ball game. 22 Salado, 21 Navarro. Coach Brown checks the left side, checks the right side, and kicking away. Yeah. And it is kicking away. Hits at the 22. Goes to about the 18-yard line. Panthers are down there quick. And around the 25-yard line, Gabe Hudgens gets wrapped up by the Panthers, and definitely a long field here that Navarro is going to make Salado go here.
Yeah, and that's I'm really good with that. I was I was teetering like, well, do you or not? No, and I know the defense has made some good stops, but also if you can play, as long as you don't give up a big play and you make a stop along the way, I will bet you Salado will make a mistake along the way. So we got us here.
Well,
we've
seen bad passes
Yep.
a couple of times tonight. It's possible. Deep pressure, handoff. Up the middle for about 5 or 6, and then pulled down for about a 7-yard gain is Luke Bingham. They have wide receiver on the roster for Luke, but he's running the ball out of the backfield all tonight.
Yeah, and that's what I had him as one of their main running backs coming out. And so, Bingham, they use him all over the field. They use him as a receiver. They use him as a running back. Expect no different.
Well, Bingham now is in the slot, and Turk is in the backfield. In motion goes Bingham, and he will get it. He's coming right, gets off tackle, breaks one tackle, and gets in the secondary. Out past the 40-yard line, about the 41, first down Salado.
Yeah, you need somebody to hit one of the gaps and get in there, even if the quarterback keeps it on that play, as they do a zone-type read play. Even if you do it on that jet sweep, you get in the backfield, you disrupt everything in that play. And so we haven't seen that enough from the Panthers tonight.
Clock running, 7:35 remaining in the ball game. Panthers trail ball 1. And we got whistle. Someone moved. That should go against Salado.
Let's see what you got.
Unless there's some weird illegal touching of the ball on the defense before the snap, but this is false start.
And with the new rules, no clapping either.
That's
and
true.
Those sorts of things. So, yeah, it's like you kind of wait and see, It used to be real easy. Oh, yeah, they'd move. No problem.
First and 15 now for Salado.
Yeah.
There's such a lack of wind that the smoke from the last touchdown is just sitting over the Salado student section.
Everything seems to be just really stagnant.
Osville gives the Turk. Turk comes off right tackle. 5 yards and then more. He has a first down across the 40-yard line to the 42. And then Salado's finding something over there.
Yeah, after that penalty.
No, second down. Sorry, it was first and 15.
Yeah, after that penalty, they're able to get a little bit more back.
7 yards.
So 2nd and 8 here. And the Panthers defense is going to have to get in the backfield, find a way to get in the backfield, disrupt things, get Hosfield out of his comfort zone.
And this clock is running. 6:40 left now in this game. Hosfield hands it off again. And cutting back is Bingham. Man, he is
we got a
scrolling
flag.
running, and a flag comes in. I'm worried about this flag.
Yeah, I am too, because it came out pretty late here.
That is usually the area of someone kind of hit a little hard. Face mask against the Panthers. So the ball comes out to the Panther 48, and then add another 15 to that.
Yeah. Now you got to really stiffen up on defense. You can't give them an inch here.
So let's do some math here quickly, Hank. Hopefully not, but if Salado was to go down and score here, they're probably looking at a 8-point game where you're going to have to score and get a 2-point conversion unless they go for the 2-point conversion and go for 9.
Right, because it wouldn't matter if they don't. It'd still be a 7-point game at that point.
Right. But then you can lose on the 2-point.
Yes.
Hosfield. Hey, gets the Bingham again. Imagine that. This time he only gets about 3 or 4 yards. Falls down around the 30.
Yeah, I was going to say, he only got a yard out of that because his knee hit the ground. Then he jumps
Thank goodness, yes.
Jumps down another yard.
He is so quick and twitching.
Yes.
It's hard to tell exactly.
Yeah, and the scouting report on him was always that he's a very elusive, a very good scat back.
A very good scouting term for him, right? Good way to say it. 6 minutes left in this game. The clock is running.
Yeah,
It is only 9:38. This is a fast-moving game. 2 guys in motion. Now strong to the right. Hosfield. Bingham comes right. Inside the 30. Goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he wanted to cut it up earlier. Couldn't. The Panthers did a good job of stringing it out, but not until he gains about 4 yards on the
A
play.
little pressure there was Tyler Risk. He got into the backfield a little bit. Made Bingham bounce outside further. 3rd and about 3. 5:25 left. This clock is running.
Need a big play by the Panthers. They have to make a play here.
Well, what's going to
Third
happen
down.
here is your slot T is going to have to go a little faster down the field. Hosfeld keeps it this time, comes left, has blockers inside the 20, where he's finally pulled down just shy of the 15-yard line, gets to the 16-yard line, and it's another first down.
Yeah, and the Eagles on that play had very good blocking as one player, Panther player, goes down, runs into another Panther player, and they got a 2-for-1 on that deal for the Eagles, and that created the hole for Hosfield to get off to that left side.
Hosfield and the Eagles are going to be able to run another minute and a half, maybe 2 off this game clock.
Well, Gerald's still up big, 21-3 over Lago Vista in the third, from what we can tell.
Smithville has scored in Gonzales. They trail 41-6. Bingham and Hosfield are in the backfield. Hosfield gives the Bingham, comes outside, gets inside the 15, inside the 10, and taken down inside the 10-yard line, gets to about the 8.
Yeah, and
second down.
Sad to say, one of the players, for the Panthers is they take an inside move, and you look, you wonder, did he have containment? He should have made the outside move and would have had a better chance of slowing down, the running back on that play.
We've passed inside 4 minutes, 22-21. Salado on the drive, facing second and about 1. Moving the strong side to the right. Hosting keeps it, gets outside. He's met real quick. Number 12 there on the tackle for the Panthers. That's Corbin Conorak. And we'll see. This is another first down. Where they have it marked, it's close.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. It's a first down. So first and goal to go for the Salado Eagles. Passing 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the game. Yeah, this clock, it's like the hourglass is a little bit looser right now.
Right.
Hank.
So now the actual time is 3:16, 3:15, counting down.
22-21, Panthers trail by 1. And taking their sweet time. We don't have a play clock, so we don't know how long this is taking to get this play off. But I know there's going to be a timeout, or we're going to get to the line and make a play. Hosfeld in the backfield, along. And to about the 5 goes Bingham. He's inside the 5 to the 1.
Yep.
Second down, and not far to go.
So Bingham
passing 240.
Yeah, he's made big chunks of yardage for the Eagles tonight, and now I would expect them to run behind, the big lineman that they have there usually on the left side, but they move number 71 around. You see him there, Daniel Flas. You see him up front, towers over everybody, and so.
Passing 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. Panthers have 2 timeouts, and you may need them on offense. Coming up on 2 minutes. Hosfield. Bingham is back there. Hosfield keeps, comes left, scores the touchdown. 1:54 remaining in this ball game. Add 6 points onto the Eagles. It's 28-21. So interesting decision now, Hank, for the Eagles. Do you play the percentages and go for the extra point and make it an 8-point game, or do you go 2-point conversion and make it a 9-point game?
Yeah, I'd go for the 2, but
it looks like they're following your playbook here.
Yeah, I would go for the 2.
It looks like that's what's going to happen. Splitting out to the right. It's Corbin Kwaniak. Bingham's in the backfield along with Hosfeld. Strong side right now. Hosfeld. Looks like a busted play. Hosfield's tackled. The game will remain a 7-point game. 28-21. 1:54 remain. 2 timeouts for the Panthers. The Panthers need a touchdown.
Yeah, that opens the door for the Panthers, that's for sure. So it opens the door, and we'll see what happens here. And see what the Panthers do with it. you know, and you're going to see a weird kick, I'm sure. They're not going to just.
Squib kick.
Yeah, it's going to be a
Yep.
squib kick, you know, and it may be one of those line drive squib kicks as well. So
Panthers trail by 7. We'll have to get the ball back with about 150, 140 something, 145 left in this ball game. Need a touchdown and the extra point to tie. 2-point conversion could win. That could become a very interesting decision if we get there. When we get there.
right. Panthers, you know, go down, score, tie this thing up, and we haven't seen an overtime game in a very long time. So
Corbin Benez and Colt Brown will wait around the Panther 15-yard line for the kick.
yeah, they still hadn't brought Trotty back in. The time is actually 1:54.
How about a good return here?
Yeah, I mean,
Eats a field up.
first what I would bet that you're going to see it to one of the upbacks here, that you're not going to see it kick deep to the returners. I mean, that's my thought. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think the Eagles are going to send it back to the returners.
Unless they want to make them go as far as possible down the field. Slato kicks it away. It's a deep kick from the 15-yard line. Panthers need a break here. And quickly tackled. It's Corbin Benez, so the Panthers will have to go from their own 28-yard line. They have to go 73 yards
Yeah, they get the
for pay dirt.
Panthers now get the opportunity to go down the field and tie this up. We see Trotty now coming back out to the field. Remember, he was the injured player that he was working out on the sideline, stretching out, and now we see the young man back out there ready to play.
1:48 remaining. Panthers need a touchdown. And we'll start from their own 28-yard line.
1:48 remaining.
They have 2 timeouts. Slato has 3. A handoff, Blunt up the middle. We'll get 3 or 4 before he stops at about the 31-yard line. Clock runs, 139, 137. Panthers up to the line quick. More than likely there's 2 plays called in the huddle, so we can get another one off. There's a handoff. This looks like Blunt again.
Yep.
And Blunt gets out past the 35. We have more whistles this time. Timeout Panthers, 1:24 remain. So Panthers will have 1 timeout left.
Yeah, Trotty runs that last one, and he gets good yardage, so it brings up a 3rd and makeable. But you got to get downfield in bigger chunks because you only have 1:24 remaining to tie this thing up. And, well, you know, got to get the extra point along with the touchdown to tie this thing up.
I would like more information on that extra point from earlier anyway.
Yeah.
But that's
We might have to go back and
beside
look at our recordings here and see if we have a different angle.
Yeah, even from our angle, if we can see if the goalpost disappears for a second, you know, that'd be the ball passing in front of it. Or if it doesn't disappear,
Right.
you know. The Panthers from the 36-yard line face 3rd and about 2. 1:24 remaining in the game. 1 timeout for the Panthers. They trail by 7. Touchdown is needed and the extra point.
1:24,
Or just
yeah.
maybe, Hank. Hopefully
Yeah.
we get a chance to decide.
Right.
And Coach Blunt's done that before in playoffs. 3rd and 2. You can hear the crowd on both sides get a little louder here. Big play here. Panthers need the first down first. Helford tries the end around. He's hit. And he might have the distance for the first down.
He's
That's
real close.
That's only at the 30.
They're stopping the play.
8-yard
stopping
line.
the clock. And
That's a
they're
first down. So that will stop the clock. Panthers will have a chance to get up on the ball. 1:15, 1:14 left in the game. Helford to pass. Sets up. Throws across the middle. Brown's there. Is knocked away. That's not Brown. That is Braddock Galini, who had the big punt recovery earlier in this half.
Yeah, Galini had it in his hands, but the player that knocks it out, you know, for the Eagles, Brody Schiller, was the defender knocking it out of the hands. It was in Galini's hands, but knocked out by the defender. So Panthers have a second down. Not too much time went off the clock. It's 1:07 remaining.
Still 1 timeout for the Panthers. Need to some way or another travel 62 yards in 1:07. Helford's in the shotgun. Throws it off to the right, and it may have been a pick. It's incomplete.
It's incomplete.
Almost intercepted. Helford is
Slow to get
up. 1 minute, 3 seconds remaining. Only 4 seconds come off the clock. It's 3rd and 10. Still one timeout for the Panthers. 3 for Salado. They may need them.
I see Brighton Clamp, getting his helmet on. It looked like he was getting ready to go in, but he's not. It's Brown coming in as the swingman who brings in the plays in the slot T.
Yep. He will split out left. Also coming out to left, so there's 2 receivers in the top. That's Braddock Galini and Colt Brown at the top of your screen. Helford trying to get it off. He's stuffed. He's tackled back inside the 30. This will probably be the last timeout used by the Panthers here. Yep. They do. They call timeout. So big 4th down coming up here with 58 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and this is one of those times where, you're now in a do or die situation, and you're going to have to get the ball down the field. How you do it? I mean, I only know of 1 or 2 ways. The special play that the Panthers usually have in these situations, or you just have to chunk the ball down the field and hope for the best.
Right, we can see that. Some sort of screen or something here may not be a bad call.
No, but I would normally think, and I don't know if Salado, their defense should be a bend but don't break. I mean, don't give up the big play either, but the Panthers, it is do or die. You got to get down the field, and you said it. A screenplay could work. We've seen a screenplay work for the Panthers here in the past, but it's got to be run to perfection. You can't let the lineman go. You got to get a shuck on the defensive lineman to do that.
So here we go. Here's the game. Panthers need about 14 yards. 4th and 14, 58 seconds left. Trail by 7. Helford, the pass, sets up, has time, steps up, throws it. It's in the air. Brown comes back. He's got it at the 40-yard line. He's trying to get out of bounds and does. The clock stops. What a great play by Colt Brown.
Oh, Colt Brown just out-fought him. If we have that, I don't know if we have that on replay right here in front of the camera as he fights for the ball.
Colt Brown had the 27-yard touchdown pass earlier in the game and has a big play here. 47 seconds remaining. Panthers still trail by 7. Salado's called timeout. They'll use the first one.
Wow.
So this puts the ball at, trying to see exactly where they have this thing spotted, about the 37-yard line. 47 seconds left. Panthers still need to score the touchdown here. Trail by 7.
Yeah, now it's going to be 1st and 15. And the ball is going to be
1st and 10.
I mean, 1st and 10. I don't know why.
I don't know where we had the penalty there.
But right, I don't know why I said that. But anyways, they got the ball spotted right there at the 37-yard line. So Panthers have 37 yards to go in 47 seconds. So I would not like to see us do anything now that would take you,
You're probably
backwards.
not running up the middle.
Yeah, I mean.
You're running outside.
But you got to use something that will set another play up, as I talked about earlier. If it's a power play or such, at this point, yeah, I mean, you could probably run that on your first or second play, but you're going to have to get to the outside to get the edges. You're going to have to get some big chunks.
Yes, you are. Now, in the similar setup, it was a pass earlier where Colt Brown and Braddock Galini were split to the right. They were split to the left on the previous play. And Galini has come in now in more of a tight end situation. It's a handoff. Helford will keep it. He gets out right. He's tackled. He's tackled about the 34-yard line. There's whistles. They stop the clock.
Yeah, Panthers, I think, called that timeout. So they
Panthers don't have timeouts.
I don't know. Unless we
unless Salado use another timeout.
Called by Navarro, and that is their first and final timeout.
Yeah, this is their
so
final.
This is Navarro. So apparently our math is incorrect, but we'll take that. We'll take the extra timeout.
Right, if it was.
So 42 seconds left in this ball game. 28-21. Panthers need the touchdown.
2nd down and 8. So you still got to make the first down if you don't make a touchdown. So,
and with that first down, you're in range to throw the ball in the end zone.
Exactly. You can throw it. You can do some things that gives you options, but you can't do too much in the middle of the field after that point. You know, so you can get that first down. It'll stop the clock long enough to get up the line of scrimmage and clock
Is it in the slot T playbook to do a play action with a one up the middle, play action to him, and then get it down the field?
Yeah, I mean, I know the play call. There is that play. I haven't seen it, but if you run it right with the wheel route, it's wide open every time.
42 seconds. Panthers 2nd and 8. Elford under center. Back to pass. Looks for Colt Brown. He's going along. That's deep. As they complete, Colt cut the route in. I think Helfer was expecting him to cut it a little more skinny to the post.
Yeah.
36 seconds left.
Yeah, but even the way the coverage was, it was good coverage over the top, but underneath it was wide open. And if they were on the same page there
He
and
was
throws
open.
it down the inside along, like you talked about that seam, that would have been a big play for the Panthers.
And Brown was in front of the safety and the free safety and the strong safety, and would have had position.
Yeah, now you got to look at getting the first down, not just the touchdown, but you got to get the first down.
36 seconds left. Helford back to pass, sets up, throws. Brown, it's incomplete. Brown was looking back inside. The pass is off his right shoulder.
Now you're gone to the well a little too often, I think, on this one. But you know, sometimes what works, you try it again. But this time, 4th down, again, you have to go.
We've seen a couple of plays where Helford has rolled to his right or left and had 2 or 3 receivers come with the drag routes there. I would think we're going to see something like that. And Helford, if he gets on the edge, could run for 8-10 yards here, get your first down if you have to.
Well, this is it, folks. It's do or die here. You don't make the first down, you know, whatever you do, you've got to get a first down or this game is over.
4th and 8, Helford under center. And we have timeout called by Salado. So we're gonna ice the 4th down here.
Yep. Just during this timeout, too, I want to remind everybody, Geronimo Volunteer Fire Department, go out and get your plates, barbecue plates, great food, and they do it at lunch from, I believe it's going to be 12 to 2, and then they also start up at 5 again for supper, and then they start the auction at 6:30. So tomorrow, and that's at the Geronimo Community Center. They're off of Navarro Drive in Geronimo. So make sure to help support your local volunteer fire department, the Geronimo.
What you should do is get there at noon, get your barbecue, drive over to Davenport High School, watch the band at 12:30.
There you go.
We'll get your whole day planned out for you.
Or you could go to Davenport, watch, come back for the supper, and
there
you get
go.
the auction, and you're good.
Hey, man. Knocking it all out one day.
That's right. You can make it a whole wonderful day of festivities.
30 seconds left in this game, 28-21. 4th and 7 for the Panthers. They need the first down to keep the game alive. I'll take the touchdown here for the tie. Helford draws back the pass, has time. Steps up, throws, it goes long, and it is overthrown. Incomplete. Salado will hold on.
Panthers gave it all they got, though. I will tell you that. This is a game that I did not expect to be as low scoring as we saw in the first half.
Yep.
But we saw more scoring here in the second half with both teams kind of feeling each other out. And the Panthers will go down here 28-21. I would assume that Salado is going to take a knee here.
Panthers without timeouts. So,
Right.
yes, that would be the plan. The victory formation, unfortunately, on the wrong side of the field for the Panthers tonight. Salado with 2 scores this half. Panthers with 2 scores this half. It was the interception and touchdown at the end of the second half that looks to be the tilt in this game, if you will, the breaking point. The clock will run out, 13 seconds left, but there's no need to snap another play. Salado will hold on and win this one, 28-21, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, and this game is over.
Yeah, like I said, the Panthers did give there was a lot of effort and a lot was left out on the field, so.
No question about the way that these boys played tonight's game.
That's right. And so I would not hold my head down. There's still that opportunity to go for it because who knows what Salado's going to go up against in the rest of the district because the way this thing plays out, who knows how it will. You know, the Panthers come back.
You brought that up.
They run the table. What do you got?
Well, Wimberley next week is who Salado faces. So
Okay.
I can tell you right now what I think will happen there.
Right.
Navarro will take on Gerald. That would be a home game.
That's going to be a fun game. Next week's going to be a fun game with Gerald.
What is Gerald doing? Gerald is winning 35-9 over Lago Vista.
Yeah, that's the score we have from the sources we have.
Right. And Gonzales is 47-6 over Smithville. We're 28-21. The Panthers have fallen on the road to Salado. Stick around for the post-game show. It's coming up next. We will have our player of the game. Scott Kibbe will join us, and we will preview what's next for the Panthers. Stick around. The pregame show is next. The unhappy totals from Salado, Texas, from Salado High School tonight. Panthers fall 28-21. Let's recap the scoring from this game tonight. The Panthers fired their first volley of the evening. They scored 7-0. That was after a turnover by Salado, so they grabbed a quick lead and the points off the turnover. Salado then had a long drive and was able to tie the game up 7-7. And then right in the last 2 minutes of the first half, and again, we mentioned this toward the end of the game, and I think we'll talk about more here in a little bit here. The Panthers threw an interception and gave Salado a short field. Salado on the next play scored a touchdown and took a halftime lead of 15-7. Navarro, after an onside kick from Salado to start the second half, held up and got the turnover and then went down the field and tied the game 15-15. And that was a Helfer to Brown 27-yard touchdown pass, and that tied the game up. But then Salado was able to come back on a long drive and score a touchdown, made it 15-22. Panthers scored again. They missed the extra point. It was 22-21. And then in the fourth quarter, Salado drove down the field in what was just a gut-wrenching long drive that took about 6 or 7 minutes to make it 28-21. The Panthers come back down the field and fall about 30 yards short of tying the game and fall 28-21 in the second game of district play. So Panthers fall to 0-2 in district play, and Salado moves to 1-1. And that's the touchdown catch right there from Colt Brown on the replay. Helford rolls to his left, tosses it up, and that was the touchdown play. Let's see what this replay is right there.
Yeah, they had big plays on defense as well, and so here's an onside, I think, from the sideline here too as well. We'll bring Scott Kibbe in here in just a moment, but I think this is the one that we see. I believe this is going to be the onside, so I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, here it comes.
Here it comes.
The hands up. Here
Nope.
it goes.
Oh, there's the squid kick.
There's the
Yes.
squib kick.
Yeah.
So before
Okay.
we get to Mr. Kibbe, player of the game, Mr. Dietert.
Yeah, I think if we can find number 5 out there, Mr. Bingham from the Salado Eagles, I think his running game is, was the difference in this game, that he was a receiver, he was a running back, and he did a lot for the Salado Eagles, and he's the one. Touchdowns don't always say it. He may have only had a couple of touchdowns in the game.
It's the yards he got.
It's the yards that he
got.
Well,
and you think about the drive by Salado to make it 28-21. That was the drive where, I know Scott may be able to speak more about this in a second, Bingham racked up yards. And they just like Bingham left, Bingham right, and then all of a sudden it's a touchdown for Salado.
Yeah, so Salado's Bingham was the player of the game for the Navarro Panther Network.
Luke Bingham. So let's bring in Scott Kibbe. He's got the numbers, got the stats. All right.
So I'm going to look at the Panther rushing. What did the Panthers end up tonight in rushing?
153.
153. And then what did what would you say for the Eagles?
165.
165. My goodness.
So Cohen Blunt had 26 yards at the end of the first half. Where did he end up?
64.
64.
More than doubled. Very good.
Yeah. And passing for the Panthers tonight?
65.
Around 65. And then in the Eagles?
119.
119. Now this thing messed up on me last week, and it looked like we had negative yards or so. But what was the what is that total if you total that up for the Panthers? Total yards.
218.
And 218. Because I'm looking at the computer, not looking at everything else. So, and for the Eagles,
284.
284 total yards for the Eagles, and what a defensive battle that is. And then for first downs, what did you have for the Panthers?
15.
15. And what did you have for the Eagles?
17.
17 first downs. And then we're doing this live on the air. And turnovers, Panthers had.
They had the one, their interception.
And then two, was it 2 for the Eagles?
Yes.
Okay, I remember that. And then penalty-wise, how many penalties have we had against the Panthers?
4.
Okay, and then how many against the Eagles?
5.
5. Wow. So this is looks like a closely fought game there. When you look at the rushing, the little bit on the edge on that. But let's go over to specifics now.
Yeah, let's go down the line for
go down the
Navarro.
line.
Navarro, 15 first downs, 44 rushes, 153 yards, 65 passing yards on 3 out of 11 with 1 interception, 2 punts, 39 yards, no fumbles, 4 penalties for 32 yards. Blunt leading the way, 16 carries, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns, Trotty 8 for 35. Receiving Brown for 258 and a touchdown. Panthers have found a receiver, I think. I like the way he fought for the ball.
Yeah. And he went out and fought for it.
Yes.
So.
Salado, 17 first downs, 34 rushes, 165 yards, 119 passing yards on 11 out of 18. No interceptions. 1 punt, 39 yards, 2 fumbles lost in both. 5 penalties, 5 yards. Bingham, 16 carries, 83 yards tonight.
83 yards.
Yeah, and Hosfeld 9 for 45.
Is there any way, I know you got totals there, is there any way, how many yards did he have on that last drive?
I'd have to go back.
Okay.
But I will tell you that in the second half, Salado had 10 yards passing.
They just ran the ball.
And that's what differentiates this defense from the past defenses that Panthers have had trouble in the past against the past in the past. They have. I don't remember them being this weak against the run, and that's what's killing them because they just can't stop the run.
Yeah, I will tell you though that
that overall though defensively you still had to be happy with the Panthers, even though I know they got pushed around a little bit on the run, but I'm still overall for the defense that I think this is a bigger step because this team was averaging close to 30 points or more a game.
Yeah, they played better. I think maybe some things to build off confidence wise. You just got to, you got to keep your heads up. It's hard. You've lost
hard.
5 in a row. It's tough.
It is.
That's the longest streak since 2002.
A couple of things, gentlemen, that jump out to me when I look at these stats. No one had over 300 yards of total offense tonight.
Yeah.
So defenses, I know we saw the running on our end, but the defenses played pretty well tonight. The team with more turnovers won the game. That doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd almost count the turnover with the punt down here, but anyway, the clean and very clean game by both teams. 4 penalties for the Panthers, 5 penalties for Salado.
Yeah. I think one thing that hurt you, Salado had a short field too often. They scored twice on short.
Okay, yeah,
fields.
let's talk about that.
And that's just field position is still hurting
at the second half, they started with 3 short fields.
Yeah.
The interception at the end of the first half was a short field.
29-yard line, yeah. And that's what your defense played well, and the hope was make them drive because they make mistakes and they get a little frustrated, and but you got to make them actually drive. I have to go back and see. I don't know if they start inside their 30, once or twice in the game at all, and that's something the Panthers got to focus on.
If we had average starting position for a drive, I don't think the Panthers are on the good end of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Gerald, real quick before we go, let's talk a little bit about Gerald because from what I could see, it looked like Gerald had won it in a big way.
35-9 over Lago Vista.
That's surprising.
And that will move Gerald to 2-0 in the district.
Yeah, they're the leaders now because Wimberley didn't play this week.
That's right. And then Gonzalez 47-6, but Gerald is probably the surprise team of the district, I think, thus far. And but I think being at home, Panthers have a really good chance if they can play their defense this way, shore up on the run defense. Hey, I think we're right on it.
I think, it's your chance. You win a game like this, and you've got some, really get some confidence. It may be. I would have gone in saying they're going to need to win every game if they lose this one. It's possible. If that's a top 3,
I think you still got to get 3 wins. You got 4 games left.
I think though, but if this is the top 3, if it is Wimberley, Salado, and Gerald. So if they lose next week, and then that sticks, Gonzalez doesn't upset anybody or doesn't get in there.
By the way, tonight, Smithville lost big to Gonzalez.
Yeah, Smith. I think we have a top of the district, and Wimberley, we have a bottom of the district in Smithville. Everybody else is kind of jumbled, and I don't exactly know who's going to come out on top of that. So I think to feel comfortable and not worry about tiebreakers, you probably need to win all 4.
I hear at that point. Yeah, the tiebreaker thing, I agree. I agree.
Because you could see Gonzalez winning one of these, beating one of the other temes. So,
well, we're gonna. I would love Gonzalez to beat some other teams right now because
except
us.
We need
because I think we're going to need it in the next couple weeks.
I'll give one little bit of hope. The last time Panthers were 1-5 was 2004. They made the playoffs that year and actually won a playoff game. They beat Stockdale, a team they lost the opener to. So
okay,
keep in there.
Yeah, I had a nephew on that team. That's how I remember it because we played Stockdale in Seguin at Matador Stadium, and it was a big upset in a way. But it was always one of those where the Panthers, we're the better team for the most part. All the way coming into that, even though the record didn't reflect that, I always thought they were much better than what they played, but that's the same here. I believe that this team could show you something. It's just a matter of certain things go certain ways, and you got sometimes luck, is against you.
Yes, it is.
But sometimes luck's with you, and let's hope that we can see that, and you don't want to base it on luck. I know that. I mean, you want to base it on skill, and you want to base it on what you can do better than the other team. But I'll tell you what, like that muff punt, I thought, I thought that was going to change the momentum in the game all
I
the
did
way.
too. I mean,
And
I
so-
thought
Right,
you all in games like this, you
But-
look for turnovers and special team
Right.
plays to change it, right?
Yeah,
And I thought
yeah.
we had that special teams play in the second half.
Right. Well, that's all I have for you, Scott Kibbe. But
All
I'm
right.
telling you what, man, I'm sure you give up a nice review of this and give us some, highlights. You'll run down the whole game in the Seguin Gazette on Sunday. But then also we can look forward to your preview on Wednesday for Gerald. So
That's
we'll
right.
look forward
Yep.
to that.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank
So-
you.
So we mentioned it already, but the Panthers will take on Gerald at 7:30 p.m. a week from today. It's kind of a different day. It's a staff-student holiday on Friday, but we will still have that game in that evening. And so Panthers need that win against Gerald. Hank, any other closing thoughts before we head out of Salado?
Well, the only thing I'd say is that I keep hammering this is that I still see improvements on the team, just not the big improvements we'd like to see. I mean, we see little improvements here and there. We've got to build on that, and we still got to stay positive because,
Absolutely.
yeah, 1-5, I mean, yeah, it sounds really bad, but it's not as bad as
different
it
in
could
districts.
be.
That's exactly right.
If this team can build on the positives that they had tonight, and some of the things that they did was pretty remarkable, I thought, because I did not think they can hold Salado under 30 points.
And they
And so-
did.
and
They did tonight. Yeah.
So, well, that's all I have, Clay, and so we'll
Well, thank you, Hank. Appreciate y'all going down the depth chart with me tonight. Get my one broadcast a year. So appreciate you guys doing that.
except for baseball. You're
Except
the
for
baseball
baseball,
guy.
right,
You're
right,
the baseball
right.
guy.
Yes. Well, yeah. Listen to us when we get there. But anyway, thanks, Miss Casey. All of our students that are here tonight. I see Jacob right now, and Mia, and many others. We have a first timer here. There's Bo. Appreciate you guys doing what you guys do.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan.
Got the
Impossible
QR
without
code.
you guys. A QR code is up. Our
Yeah.
third year of doing this, and
Right.
it's great to have our students that are here with us this evening. And, of course, thanks to the Panther Posse and Mr. Lance Blackburn and everyone involved in this broadcast each week, which will be back next week against Gerald at home.
Yeah.
So, come on, Panthers.
Yeah, we
Let's
gotta
wrap
give
that one up the way we need to wrap it up.
We'll give them a big roar, and then we'll say goodnight here from Salado.
Good night,
Texas.
everybody. God bless, and we'll see you next week.
Roll the credits.